ballpark 2 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat.
Yo, check it out. Did you know that the earth is flat? It's flat. Think it's a ball, and you know that's a proven fact. What if I told you pics of Earth were made in Photoshop? And astronauts are actors acting in a movie plot? What would you say? What would you do when you find out that the globe is fake and isn't true? You globers about to turn into a bunch of flat earthers. Just ride the wave, cause you know that y'all bad surfers. Ride the wave. Cause you know that's not the curve of the earth, right?
At that height, you don't see the curvature of the earth.
Just saying.
That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat.
All right, let's get this party started. Welcome to Believe Your Own Eyes, where we have the ability to use our senses. We don't have to use a bunch of math magic and all these astronomical calculations to perceive what is our reality. So that's the premise of the show, is that, you know, all of our lives that we've been told that we can't believe our own eyes, even though the sun looks like it's in the sky. It's really not. It's 93 million miles away in the vast vacuum of space. And to me, it's quite obviously right there. You know, until I came across the flat Earth topic, I never even considered, you know, that a possibility. So it's that's why I mention the sun all the time, because that's just really what got me when I finally it just broke one day. The veil just fell off, you know, the scales fell from my eyes, and it's like, oh, the sun is in the sky. It's not 93 million miles away. That's doesn't take the light from the sun 8 light minutes to get here. You know, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, tonight we're on. Ron, is that you, dude? You're like. Anyway, um, tonight's episode's called "The Purple Pill," and I named it that for something that I kind of want to address. What, you know, when we were talking about last night, you know, with Nikitas and Ron, this a lot of flat earthers, you know, for a long time have been, let's say, well, a lot of us were started off early in different aspects of politics and stuff like that are and looking at aspects of history that we kind of, that now we're, you know, it's just like, it's all fake, you know, we don't have anything to do with that anymore. But there are a lot of people out there that are still involved, and they're waking up, you know, step by step. And Ron is out there on the front lines in a lot of these really big channels, talking about the flat Earth, helping people, lead them to the 24/7 server, and to this show and everything. So I just wanted to say, you know, you can say, you know, I mean, what are we going to do? Talk about just aspects of the flat Earth all the time, and just be an echo chamber? Let's really kind of relate to those people. That's what I'm saying, and because, and also, you know, since I'm so ostracized by or what's the word? I'm using the wrong word. I'm trying to think of a word. I can't think of it. I just I have no desire to follow the news in that aspect, you know, and all of the QAnon stuff. I did look into it a little bit, and it kind of was like, I just found a bunch of stuff I already knew. But it is waking a lot of people up in the same way that I woke up, even if it is some type of controlled opposition or controlled situation. There are a lot of people that are slowly waking up. So I think it's important to reach out to those people, and to be patient. You know, it's like, oh man, forget that stuff. You know, we're not going to talk about QAnon or Trump or anything like that. No, I think it's an important topic, and there are a lot of people looking for answers in a lot of different ways. So I just wanted, that's why I named this one "The Purple Pill." So anyway, what do you think, Ron?
Yeah, I just switched my mic to the headphones. Is that better?
Kept like yeah, it was like just making crackling sound and stuff.
You know, I was texting. I'm using a tablet, and I was trying to I was texting people, and you know, like, you have to tap on the screen or whatever. It probably was that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was listening, and
yeah, maybe your hand was rubbing against the mic or something. Or...
Yeah, I had the mic open. That way I could be on YouTube, and I could see the Discord.
It sounds good now.
Okay.
So
yeah. So anyway,
what do you think? I mean, does that make sense? Like that?
Yeah. I'm out
think,
there. Dude.
Yeah, you're on the front lines, dude. Man, you're bringing people in. I mean,
This is where you meet, like, interface with the blue pilled or the purple pilled. You're going to meet them on places like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, those platforms. I like YouTube because the videos, I could share videos, like, check out this video, you know. And
how many chats have you gotten kicked out of?
A lot, a lot. And I was in a lot of the Discord groups too, like these other ones, the QAnon groups, and they all kicked me out, you know, because they didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But that's good. I found good friends there. You know what I mean? You know, friends that I still have. And you're not gonna. It's still kind of a fringe subject for most people. You know what I mean? It's like out there, people that even think they're woke, they're not quite woke. You know what I mean? They're blue or purple pilled, maybe purple, and some are pink. Like until you understand that the earth is flat, this giant fucking lie is what this lie proves. It proves that it would only work if everybody was cooperating. If one person steps out of line, for instance, if Russia or China or Japan or any country, really, any sizable country steps out of line and says, it's all bullshit. They never went into space. They never went to the moon. It's all bullshit. The earth is not a spinning ball. Are you stupid? You know what I mean? And they just put it out there and it's over. It's over for all of them. So they have to march in lockstep. That's why it's important. And you realize, oh my God, they're all fucking puppets. It's a giant puppet show. That's the wake-up call. You are living in a puppet show, and you don't understand that. You can't fully grasp it until you understand that the earth is flat and there's this massive fucking lie. And it's only part of the lie. Evolution, the Big Bang and evolution are wrapped up in this lie, and the bigger lie is to try and believe that God doesn't exist. That's the big lie. You know what I mean? That's the most important part of understanding that the earth is flat, that there is a creator. Even people like Eric Dubay, who's not necessarily, I don't know, he's not a Christian, but he believes in a creator. You know, some people don't like him, some do, but at least he doesn't push the evolution. You know, he says, look, if you don't believe in a creator, you know, that's his purpose for the flat earth, a creator. He doesn't say which creator, but so I can't hate him for that. None of us are gonna agree on everything.
No, of course.
Some people
even Christians don't agree on the way that they should worship Jesus, you know. So it's not
right. And even you're right, because like Rob Skiba and Flat Earth Doctrine, Nathan Roberts, they have disagreements. Pastor Dean Odell, they had some kind of disagreement with Rob Skiba. It's like, look, guys, could we just put this aside, the infighting? Do you believe in Jesus? Yes, they both believe in Jesus. Okay. Do you believe the earth is flat? Yes, they both do. So let's not fight. You know what I mean? We have bigger enemies. Let's not divide an already small group. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like you're saying, you know, about the evolution theory, I found out, or when I first heard about it, I never bought it, you know. I realized right away what they were trying to do with this evolution theory is to disprove the creator. You know, they were trying to prove how everything could have happened through a naturalistic, materialistic process, and they have to have time, you know, involved. So there's always this presumption of time. So they have this geology and archaeology that is all based on when they dig down in the earth, they go through these layers and they assign a time to these layers, and then they assign, you know, fossils they find to a certain period of time. It just could be 10,000 years ago, it could be 10 million years ago, or 250 million years ago. So yeah, I mean, I was aware of that as a teenager. You know, I never bought the evolution theory. So I've always seen their motives. You know, when it came to that. So when I found out about flat Earth, it was like, oh, okay, now I see now what that was.
I was suspicious. Yeah, I was even suspicious before I was like religious. I'm like, this doesn't sound quite right. You know what I mean? Like, you mean we came from this little bacterium and then we evolved to where we are today and everything is related? It's like, it sounded fake to me. And I didn't understand the bigger objective, trying to disprove God and trying to dehumanize us. That's what the bigger objective is. Because then people, they fall into like nihilism, you know, and they atheism, and then Satanism. They're only one step away. And greed affects pretty much everyone, because we live in this system, this slave system, you know, this usury system, where it's like everything, we can't even live on this earth for free. You have to, you know what I mean? You have to earn money. You can't just exist. There's no place where you can just exist. It used to be you could just go out into like a remote area, build a little ranch, and just live off the land. You can't do that.
There's no place. No.
No, you can't just, let's say you own the land, you have property tax. So unless you could pay this property tax, it's a continuing, and the property tax always goes up. They keep ratcheting it up. So it's like, you're never truly free. You're just on a hamster wheel. You're just running in this wheel. You're not getting anywhere. And it's, it's bad, you know. And then also like the artificial scarcity. It seems these earlier people, they had free energy, or it sure does look like they did. There's a lot of signs, and that's why they tried to erase the previous culture, which may not have been that far back, is, you know, mid 1800s. A lot of this stuff still existed, and that's where they think the reset came. There was some kind of reset where all that technology, all these buildings were destroyed, all that ancient technology was destroyed, and the history books were rewritten. They were covered, a lot of it was covered in mud, like these mud floods, and they're finding this stuff. Like the base of the Statue of Liberty, it's built on a star fort. Like it's in the shape of a star. It's all made out of stone, like neatly cut stone, like a castle would be made. It's like, who built that? Look at all the labor. I mean, why would someone do that for just the base of a statue? Why not just pour a concrete foundation, you know, or even make it out of steel? Why does it have to be something? I mean, the base of the Statue of Liberty is more impressive than the statue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would definitely outlast it.
Yeah, and it's good you went into that, because I was about to say that, you know, they've altered even even our modern history, not just about the evolution lie and the layers of Earth and all of that stuff. They've altered even modern history, you know, with through lies about the reasons they go to war and all that kind of stuff too. So it's like, what else are they lying about, you know, when it comes to all this?
Well, see, that's where a lot of this anger is going to come in. Like, wait a minute, our government and so-called our enemy's government, they were on the same team, and they were just using their position of authority to basically to kill us. They're like, hey, you kill our guys, we'll kill yours, we'll mutually destroy each other. And that's what they're doing. They control these governments, and they're using the force of the government with these bullshit wars to basically genocide their own populations. It was done by design. And it's hard for a lot of people to accept that their governments could be this evil. They don't want to believe people could be that evil. They want to believe there was a good guy. It's like they want to believe the globe. They don't want to step outside that box. You know what I mean? But it's true. You know, you have to figure this out. Like, wait a minute. They were smart back in World War II. They had to have known this. They were sending ships everywhere. They knew it wasn't a spinning ball. They were building these rockets. They were fucking smart. They knew this, but they never disclosed it. They kept the lie. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, they just don't get it. And that's probably part of the purple pill, you know, like the name of the show, Purple Pill. They're not quite woke.
They reach a block, you know, there's so much they can believe, and then they reach a block, and then they go, why would they lie? Because they're just like, well, why would they lie? You know, they haven't done enough research to get some of those answers, or at least some
Think
other
about
clues
it.
that would, but yeah.
Who benefited? Just ask yourself, who benefited? And that's my biggest problem. It's like, if you were going to win, if we ever had a real chance, we never had a real chance. They always led us around, and people need to wake up so that we can redirect our anger at the right people. You know what I mean? Our anger is not at a massive group. It's at a very small group. There's very few people controlling the whole world. And if everybody knew this, or enough people, critical mass, we could all band together. We could all be buddy. Hey, we're not enemies. You know, shake hands with the Chinese, shake hands with the Russians. Let's get them, boys. You know what I mean? Like, everybody, they screwed us all over. We've all been screwed over. Our grandfathers died. They've imprisoned us. Like, let's get them. They're holding us prisoner. They've destroyed our lives. It could have been so much more of a utopia. Like, hey, free energy. No need to worry about that. You know what I mean? Like, they really screwed us over. They're putting vaccinations with mercury. They're spraying us with chemtrails. They're putting fluoride in our water. They're putting in the soft kill. The medical industry is really just a euthanasia industry. they put it in people's heads that you need medical insurance. Well, guess what? You go to the doctor, he injects you with a flu shot. It's got mercury in it, all that bullshit. So it's just a way to make you sick.
Well, if you
so
have
they
a
can sell
symptom,
you more stuff.
if you have a symptom, they give you a pill that alleviates that symptom, and then you have to take that in perpetuity for, depending on the symptom, But yeah, like something like diabetes or type 2 diabetes, which for the most part, most people I think can get through type 2 diabetes, but if they go to the doctors, they're perpetually for the rest of their life they're on medication, insulin for the rest of their life, unless they change their lifestyle. But the doctor's not going to be like, I'll give you this medicine, but I mean, every time you come in, I'm going to tell you you're going to have to change your lifestyle. I'm not saying this for every type 2 diabetic, but for
what
the
about
most part,
the other ones?
it can be treated really,
What about asthma? People with asthma, they're spraying chemtrails. People are they're having respiratory problems, sinus problems. Like even me, you could see I got a sinus problem. It's probably it could be a combination of things, but it could be from just the weather. It's going to be like 40 degrees below zero tomorrow. I think now it's about 10 like degrees below.
Karen was talking about the other night that vaccinations can cause that, asthmatic symptoms and stuff too. So she experienced that with her son.
Yeah, I didn't take any vaccinations, at least for, since I was
I'm talking about,
a baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like children get asthma. Usually asthmatics develop it early when they're children, and you can point it back to vaccinations, but in certain cases.
Hey, did you guys hear about that story with the there was some actor, and I guess he's a gay black man, and some two guys allegedly assaulted him. They were like Trump supporters because I guess they were wearing a MAGA hat, and he said, "This is MAGA country," and they allegedly beat this guy up, and they called him a gay N-word, and then they poured bleach on him, and then put a noose on him. It's like, wait a minute. Who's carrying around like a gallon of bleach? And it's like the whole story is so far-fetched. It's like, wow, they really outdid themselves. Like we're gonna bleach this guy. He's too black. It's like it's so ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like the whole concept. And I think the guy got caught. No, I don't believe that's real at all, dude. I'm saying it's fake as shit, dude. And I think it was a design. Here's what they're trying to do is like people that are supporting Trump, they want to make wearing a MAGA hat the same thing as wearing a KKK robe, like a white hat that says KKK. The media is trying to equate those, and that's what this guy at pounding on the drum and that kid's face. They're trying to make this a hate symbol. Oh, a MAGA hat, make America great again. That's how the lefties, they want to spin that phrase to mean like you're just as bad as a Klansman.
I always thought it was really strange, from the beginning where, like, I mean, I don't have a dog in the fight when it comes to politics, but everybody calling Trump a racist, it's like, no, he's an asshole to everybody. I mean, what the hell are you talking about? Where's this racist thing come from?
Because that's their go-to line. The race card is their go-to line. Racist, bigot, homophobe. He was called all those, right? Sexist, racist, bigot, sexist. Right. Those are, they throw everyone. Like, remember, what was her name? Pocahontas. She threw down every single one of them. Racist, bigot. She reminded me of Jigglypuff, that big fat social justice warrior, when she was like screaming all those little, like we need a meme, like a race card meme, and it's like a worn out piece of paper, and it says race card. It's really worn thin, and then someone slapping it down. Their worn out race card. It's so overplayed, and then like someone crumpling it up and throwing it back. Dude, it still works.
But my mom says that Trump's racist. I'm like, where are you getting this from?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, dude. Like, when is it like hateful to want America to do well? Like, make America great. It was a great country. Like in the 50s. After the war, like Detroit was a great city, the manufacturing capital of the world, dude. We built everything here. I disagree. Well, it was a shithole now. You should see it now. If you think
I disagree. Just because of what my family was going through during that time. and
In
how
the
they were
50s?
thrown out of their land, and how, you know, they were taken out of their homes and their homes burnt to the ground. So no, I don't agree with that. Maybe it was good for the Caucasian person, but it wasn't for the red people.
Where,
Just
in the
saying.
50s?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of shady shit going on back then. My great aunt herself was thrown into a residential school. They had them all through North America. They didn't just have them in Canada; they had them in the United States also. They had the what do you call those guys? Those federal officers, you know, were purposely killing Native people and then blaming them on other Native people. And a good explanation. I mean, a good what do you call that thing? Sorry, I stuttered.
An analogy?
But well, no, I was going to give you one of the good, not a good. The idea word is terrible. If I could talk to you guys and micmac you guys, I totally understand. But
well, you got to understand.
There was a lot of things that were really shady back then. For my people, understand. I'm not saying for yours, but for mine,
the Catholic
it wasn't a good time.
The Catholic Church screwed over the Indian people in Canada.
But also the government did also. The government was the biggest part of it. They're the ones that took apart the land and gave it out like candy.
Who the government is, like who the government is, like the Federal Reserve, those people, they want to divide and conquer. It's a way they're doing this purposely. So they want you to hate white people. And it wasn't white people.
Oh, I don't hate white people, and I don't condemn anybody for the faults of their fathers. It's not my business. But you were saying that it was wonderful back then, when in reality it wasn't. It maybe for certain races.
No, I'm saying the economy, or for like everything. It was better than it is today.
Well, when was the Big Depression? When was that?
In the 30s, 20s, and 30s.
The 30s.
So yeah, after the war, people actually had some prosperity. In the United States, there was prosperity where everybody could get a job, black, white. Everybody had employment. This is before the jobs were.
I don't know where you're getting your history from. They had buildings that said no red people, no Indians allowed back in the 50s. So no, they did not do that for everybody in the 50s. I'm sorry, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that was Marlena. The Marlena effect.
What's that?
I said that was Marlena, the Marlena effect.
Yeah. Well, aside from that, I mean, I had no part in that. And whatever the government does, it's a divide and conquer. Just like they're trying to divide whites, blacks. They want to divide every group. So a group of people that pass as white, like the Federal Reserve, they're going to blame, let's say most of the slaves were owned back in the day by Jewish people, right? And then they want to blame all white people as slave owners whipping black people. Like thinking, hey, my grandfather owned slaves and was whipping. No, I never owned any slaves. My grandparents never owned slaves. They were actually like just poor people. You know what I mean? Like poor indentured servants. They never had any kind of property or owned slaves or anything like that.
Yeah, but I think the rub there is like this idea that like after the wars there was prosperous, people were prosperous and all this. It appeared that way, and because of people's ignorance about how what these bankers and conquerors were doing. We could say make America, because they think it was great, and because because they don't really know what really happened and how evil it was. So now you could say, well, we have a semblance of freedom, it's, a lot of people think we have it now. And so this idea of nationalism through conquering, I think that's what Marlena is getting at. I mean, it's never a great thing. I mean, because we're never going to have peace under this system. It's never going to be. I mean, it's a system completely built off of greed. So yeah, I see what she's saying. So.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm saying prosperity as a whole in the United States compared to where it is today, where everybody had equal opportunity. Like like back in Canada or whatever, I don't know what their stuff was. I wasn't around in the 50s. But what I seen factories that were producing cars in the United States. There was employment. It was hustling and bustling. Times were good. People could have a house. Like even Indians, if they wanted to work, there was no discrimination. If they wanted to work at Ford or GM, they hired everybody.
What if they didn't
It was
want
equal
to?
opportunity.
What if they wanted to not be involved in the capitalist system?
Well, that's fine. But I'm just saying,
No, it's not.
opportunity.
They couldn't. That's what he's saying.
If you could, no one's preventing you. I mean, right now,
Well,
I don't want to live in this system. I want to live off the land.
Either. I don't either. That's what I'm saying. You know,
I'll trade places. Being in this rat race, you're a slave. This is not fun. You know what I mean? This is what I was saying. You can't live for free. Well, at least they could live for free. It's like, okay, nobody's coming there and knocking on the door. You owe us property tax. You know what I mean? They're screwing all of us over. And we need to redirect that at the right people. You know what I mean? It wasn't like the history books were written by them. They said, oh, the white people came here and did this and that. I guarantee, I mean, look who it really was. You know what I mean? The same people that control everything today, they controlled it back then. And they're the ones that rewrote the history books and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And until we realize that, like right now, this is just divide and conquer. You know, you don't want to take the bait. That's what they want. They want people to say, oh, you know, you did this to me. You did this to my ancestors.
No, but yeah. I mean, it's a touchy subject because, dude, I mean, you know, a lot of people are connected to their ancestry and have a lot of. I mean, I don't even know my ancestry. I don't know where I came from. You know, as far as people goes, I'm pretty sure that, you know, it's Germanic or northwestern European for the most part. I don't, but I do have some Native American blood too. So I mean, I'm you know, I'm a mutt, man. I don't really, as far as that goes, was never encouraged to hold on to my history. So I I do have compassion for people that have lost things and then have followed the history of their people. So I understand all of that. So
that's what I'm saying, dude. We as soon as we realize that we're all being screwed over by one group, right? And that way we don't fight amongst ourselves over trivial stuff.
Well, we might disagree on the one group that we're not mentioning because it's more than one. But
the controllers, let's call them the controllers.
There's
you know, because
they're vying for power against each other. You know, it's like you say,
but it's a small group.
Zionist,
you would agree it's a very.
We'll say the Zionist and the Catholic Church and the Zionist and then other Asian powers too, you know, I mean, and Russia, you know, I mean, they're not all together on this, and they're not just like, but as far as the financial system, it's pretty much the Zionists and the Catholic Church. And
that goes way back, by the way.
Yeah,
I did a video on that where the Catholic Church actually created that monster because they didn't want to break their own, just like the Pharisees. They had rules, and you can't break the rules, but you can get somebody else to break them for you. So what they did is they said, hey, the Jews aren't Christians. They don't have to abide by these rules. Let's let them handle the money and make the loans and fund our wars. So that's what they did. And so if we want to blame who created that monster, that would be them.
Yeah. Yeah, and so and they're still in they're both, there's two heads of the same beast, you know. And I mean, if there's anybody together on that, it'd be the Catholic Church and the Zionists.
Oh, I got a video where the Pope is bowing down to some random Jewish men, and that just shows you the pecking order. You know what I mean? He's bowing down to them. It's not the other way around, right? So they're controlling the Pope. The Pope is a puppet of theirs. So the head of the pyramid seems to be pointing in that direction. but they all have to go. You know what I mean? Like they all have to be exposed because they all have their hand in the cookie jar as far as what's going on. You know, like the Vatican, the City of London, and Washington D.C. They're the three power centers in this New World Order pyramid. Those are the three. We have the military arm in Washington D.C. The Vatican has the religion, their deceptive religion. You know, it's really really cleverly disguised, and it's being exposed. It took a long time to expose this, but it's been leaking out. Like all the work of the people that came before us and put in these little nuggets of truth for us to find. We're finally assembling them and disseminating the information. That's why the censorship on social media is getting worse and worse. You know what I mean? Like it's getting bad.
You also have the World Bank in Germany as well, and that's where most of the money for wars or money for fixing countries after the wars they come through SDRs from the World Bank. And but it all goes back to the Federal Reserve. You know, they're just a small banking conglomerate, but they're actually the ones in the World Bank. You know, so it's kind of it's all based on one monetary thing. You know,
well, they're doing it in like other poor countries in Africa. What they do, the Chinese are loaning them money that they know they can't pay back, and I think they're colluding with the corrupt leader. Those are just puppet governments. Just like we have a puppet government, they have a puppet government in these countries. And they're like, hey, we'll give you some money. And the people, you know, the so-called people that you're supposed to represent with this money, they're not going to see any of it. Maybe they do throw around a little bit of money to satisfy the people. Hey, guys, here's some free crap. You know, they might give them 1% of the money to make it look like they're benevolent and they're using the money wisely. And then in 5 years, like, oh, we're broke. We can't pay them back. Sorry, China is going to take over our mining rights. We're just going to stay poor.
What was that guy's name? He wrote a book called Confessions of an Economic Hitman. It was John something. He used to go on Alex Jones sometimes. And he'd talk about how he was...
Oh, yeah. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is doing that. They're like economic hitmen of the world.
Well, I mean, this guy actually was one of those, and he wrote a book. He was a whistleblower on how they take over these small countries by, you know, loaning them money, making them think they'd be able to get their economy up enough to pay their money back, and then when they couldn't, they pretty much own the country.
You know what's crazy too? The money was never earned. The money was printed out of thin air. It was just created.
Right, exactly.
What if we could do that? Hey, Helio, I'm going to write you a check for $1 billion. Pay me interest on this. I just wrote on a piece of paper. Now you owe me interest on $1 billion because I wrote on a piece of paper. That's how ridiculous it is.
It is.
You guys sound like you're talking about the Fed scheme.
Well, but they didn't come up with that. They didn't invent this. You know, just in 1930s they didn't, or in 13.
Oh, they invented this before, bro.
Yeah, this is usury has been a thing for a long time. This fiat current, they've been well, when it comes to say back in Roman times or whatever, they'd have a gold coin and their coins or certain amounts of different coinage from they were weighed, and tested for whether they were actually gold or fake gold or whatever.
They had silver too.
Yeah, silver, copper, and all different types of currency. But
the silver denarius was like a dime, size of a dime, and it was made of silver, and that was the wages for one man. Like 1 day's labor, they'd give you a silver dime. So that was a full day's labor. So they would pay their.
But the fiat currency and the idea of banks, that's where and notes. Like instead of actually taking a handful of silver to buy a house or something, you'd get a note from the bank where you keep your silver, and then you'd pay the banker to keep your money there and take their word for it that your money's good or whatever, and then someone else sees that note and says, hey, but that's not even the way it works now. There's nothing backing your money. It's just every single dollar bill and and $20 bill and $100 bill, $1,000 bill. They're all notes of debt.
You know what they did though? The FDIC insurance, that they said, oh, your account is insured for $100,000 in this bank, FDIC, whatever. But okay, what are they going to do? They'll print more money, but it'll be like Zimbabwe money. You know what I mean? Like, here's 100,000. Go buy a small French fry with it. You know what I mean? It's like,
they're already doing that.
There's a good video called Money as Debt that explains the whole history of it. And usury, by the way, the way it originally worked was that you only charged interest on business profit. Okay, that it was okay to charge interest on business profit. If you stood to make money on a venture, it was all well and good to charge you interest. But what you were not supposed to do is charge it to the poor or to people who are borrowing money out of necessity. That's what you were not supposed to do. And so that's what usury is. So there's a legitimate interest and a non-legitimate interest. But the problem with fiat currency, if you watch that video, Money as Debt, sorry about the raspy voice tonight. I don't know what's going on, but could be the cold. I don't know. But Money as Debt explained that what fiat is, or fractional reserve, is actually worse than fiat when you get the terms defined, because fractional reserve means that you can create money out of thin air. Every time somebody takes out a loan, money is magically written down in the bank ledger, and you have to pay it back with your labor. And so that's how they rob you. Every time somebody borrows money, more money goes into the system, and it explodes. It inflates. And so that's why nobody cares about the national debt, because it has to increase all the time. It can't stop. It eventually will pop, and they'll go back to zero and start the whole game over again. That's what they've been doing. Well, every time there's a giant crash.
That's what's about to happen. They're about to have a financial reset.
It is, but that's the thing is people don't understand. I forget who it was quoted as saying that if people knew what we were doing, they would be riots in the streets in the morning.
George
I think it was
Bush Senior.
Was it okay?
They would lynch us.
I think it was earlier than that too. I'm thinking the 30s. But the thing is that people will say, well, we don't need money. Well, we need a medium of exchange, and it just winds up being money, because you need, and there's all different properties with certain names of, fungible and divisible and all these things that the problem is that you can only barter in a small community, because you can't carry around a cart of your stuff to trade and hope somebody else wants what you have in exchange for what they have. And if they don't, you have to spend all your effort trying to make trade after trade after trade to get the stuff you need. So
we need currency.
A medium of exchange.
Centralized, some kind of currency that's solid, and it has to be looked after by the people. We can't have a private bank controlling the printing. They've been printing trillions of dollars. Here's another way they steal the money. Let's say you earn $200,000 and you're 65 years old and you're retiring, and then you have this rapid inflation. You're like, wow, it took me 45 years to make all this money, and now it was inflated away. My entire life's work was inflated away to nothing. So all of that hard labor, when I was working and putting away $50 a week and saving, they just stole your wealth by inflating it. So that's the problem with like fiat currency, all this stuff, and that's the reason why they try and justify.
Well, the fiat currency could work. I mean, just like in the Constitution, the government has the right to issue money through constitutional process. they sold it out to the bankers in 1913, but this what Paula was mentioning, the fractional reserve banking has taken inflation to astronomical things where it's not even feasible to see. What they can do is like, say you take a loan for $1,000 from the bank. Well, you get the $1,000, then the bank considers that as they have $1,000 now, and they can actually loan 10 times that to other people because you owe them $1,000. It's part of the fractional. This is the way it works. They can loan $10,000 off of your $1,000.
With the fractional reserve banking, isn't there a clause too where the bank can lend another bank like twice of what
Yeah, they sell. Sometimes they'll sell your
Something
loan to
along
another
that.
bank, and that'll be, so it's just like there's nothing there. I mean, you didn't pay them the $1,000 back yet, but
Well,
they
he's
can
saying
loan off of
fractional.
your debt. It's really
Like,
weird.
let's say I have $1 million, I could loan that $1 million out. I could loan out $10 million. It's called fractional reserve. So it means I only have to retain a fraction of that million. So I could loan it out 10 different times. So now I'm making interest on $10 million. And if everyone came for the money at once, I can't pay it out. So it's like, oh, I'm good for it. So just pay me the money. Trust me, I'm good for it. So now you've loaned out this money 10 different times to 10 different people. They're paying you interest on that money. The bank is getting rich. What they're doing should be fraudulent. It should be.
It is fraudulent. I mean, and people don't even know what they're doing when they take a loan from the bank. They don't know that the bank can loan 10 other people the same amount of money.
It should be illegal, is what I mean. It's,
guys, I mean, you got to realize a lot of people don't even realize that the Federal Reserve isn't.
No, I know.
Well, it's not federal, yeah.
Yeah, they're still caught on
and it doesn't have a reserve.
Right, it doesn't have a reserve. It's not federal.
They think it's backed by gold.
They don't even know it's a privately owned bank.
My mom was thinking it's backed by gold, like Fort Knox. Well, there's gold, and I'm like, no, it's gone. There's nothing there. The propaganda machine. They think our U.S. dollar is backed by something solid, and they think it's our money. They think it's a United States dollar. It's not. It's a Federal Reserve note. It's a lot of people that are smart. They don't get it.
Says it right on the top of the bill. The Federal Reserve note, which means it's a note of debt. It's not backed by anything.
My mom worked at the bank for half her life, and she doesn't even know what fractional reserve banking is. So can't really expect the average person to know, I guess.
No, I didn't know until I knew, so I don't expect them to know.
Yeah, the average person just says, well, how do I live? I get the money, I earn, this is how I make a living. That's all.
If we had a system of like units of labor, like $1 is 1 unit of labor, and everybody gets a different ratio, like a plumber, an electrician, a guy that mows the lawn, they each have a different value. So they might have to do more hours of labor to do 1 unit. Like, let's say, I don't know how to price this, but everything should be interchangeable for units of labor. Like, okay, you need to see a doctor visit. That's it's going to take you 20 units. You're going to have to mow 20 lawns or something to pay 1 doctor visit, or some kind of exchange. And that's where we could have some kind of currency that represents this, and the different, almost like a Bitcoin, just like a Bitcoin. And then we could divide it up into different parcels. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't always have to get a full unit of Bitcoin. It could be subdivided, something like that. But at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what makes crypto so nice, is the fact that it can't just be created, like it can't just be made up and created. It has to be managed.
Yeah, but you could make 100 different types of Bitcoin. You could make Litecoin, Ethereum. What's to stop a new crypto from popping up? That's what's the popularity. There's no scarcity of it.
I mean, there's already like 1,000 of them now, but only like the top 20 are ever going to really be worth anything.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, look at Facebook, how it swallowed up. MySpace was the biggest social media platform, and everybody was using it. We went on there to listen to music, to talk with our friends, and just one day it just disappeared. It's like, Facebook, what about Facebook? And then within a year, it was dead. It's like, wait a minute, where did all these people go? Why did they stop using it? Yeah, they changed it up a little bit, but it shouldn't have just died like that. I don't remember having my comments censored and deleted and being put in Facebook jail. I don't remember that with like MySpace. I remember like you could shit talk and do whatever. You could make all the fake accounts you wanted. It was just fun, you could shit post and do stuff like that, and nobody really clamped down on it. Maybe that's why they didn't like it. The powers that shouldn't be, they didn't like a platform like that where you could openly shit talk, and so they clamped down. They're like, hey, we can't have this. And for the most part, YouTube was like that too. It was like you could get all kind of Sandy Hook videos and 9/11 videos. Even when Obama was president, all that stuff was still available. I'm like, well, at least Obama's not clamping down on this. But the censorship has gotten worse as people have woken up more. After Pizzagate, the Pizzagate incident is when I noticed like an uptick in censorship on YouTube. big time.
And the Vegas thing too.
Well, Pizzagate was like in 2016.
Yeah, it was a little Vegas, bit before, but then the Vegas thing just really ramped it up, man.
And then Parkland and the Vegas thing really shut it down. Like, whoa, people were going, like Sandy Hook. People questioned that on YouTube a lot, and
oh yeah,
but
man,
the other,
yeah, they didn't. I mean, they weren't happy about Sandy Hook, you know, being out, but they just like with the algorithms, like you say, when you look up flat Earth, you just get debunking videos now, but like Sandy Hook, you know, they changed it, all that, you know, so it's
that was a big gun grab, I think, because they even had videos from a helicopter where they showed the students walking out of the building and teachers, and then they were going around and then walking right back into the other side of
the firehouse.
Oh, the firehouse, yeah.
So like, why would you leave? And like, why would you leave and go back into the same building?
Oh yeah,
that was Red Silver J.
Yeah,
we're gonna walk around in circles. He's playing that song.
And that was back at the time when they were doing major pushes to get rid of your guns too. So I mean, that's the coincidence and timing.
Oh yeah, Obama was the best gun salesman in history. More guns were purchased in the United States during his 8 years than probably the 50 years before him. Everyone was going out in panic, buying shit, buying guns, buying ammo. They were hoarding 22s, buying up all the ammo. And 22 ammo was so scarce because the Department of Homeland Security had to fill the orders for all those hollow point 40 Smith & Wesson rounds, 2 billion rounds of hollow point. And they devoted all their production to that, or most of it. And the 22 ammo, shit, it went up to like $50 per brick. So it's like, why even shoot 22s? They're not even cheap anymore. You could shoot 9mm for this
well,
price.
And didn't FEMA buy like 6 billion rounds of like
2 billion,
yeah, or some ridiculous amount of rounds to not only hype the price, get the price up so people couldn't buy it, but actually just to make it where you couldn't even find it. You know, I think there was rounds for well, it depends on which model of AR-15 you had. I think
ARs has a 5.56. Actually, AR.
I think
they had a lot of AR. Yeah. You could still find AR ammo, even when Obama. You could find AR, and then
that's still around.
Yeah, 7.62 by 39. You could find all kind of it. Even back then, it wasn't as hard to get as 22 long rifle. 22 long rifle was really scarce. There was like military surplus ammo.
You know, for cheap, like $50, you can buy a bolt replacement that will fit in the AR, and you can shoot 22 LR out of the AR, and it makes a very good.
You got to change your mags, bolt carrier, and your spring, and you could use the same hammer, the same trigger.
No, it's just a bolt and a new mag. That's it. I've done it.
Yeah, you could shoot them out that same barrel. They're both 22 cal.
Yep.
Actually, no, you can't. The chamber.
You don't need to change the barrel. It shoots fine.
Yeah, but there's a different chamber.
We've done it. We've just replaced the bolt. There's a bolt thing. You pull it out, pull out the slide in the new bolt, and then put in the new magazine that holds the 22 LR bullets.
Yeah, but there's a chamber.
I know, but it still fires it.
Green. Yeah, but okay, whatever. So, what were you talking about, Helio?
Oh no, we were talking about the false flags and the progression of the censorship on YouTube and it's just like, I mean, I remember when Sandy Hook, you know, after a couple years after Sandy Hook, they came up with that documentary. We need to talk about Sandy Hook, and they had like 7 or 8 different documentary makers that were talking about Sandy Hook, you know, in there, and it's like 4 or 5 hours, and it's hard to find that anymore on there. You can find it on YouTube, but it keeps getting deleted, you know, all the time. So you have to find a new link. People just keep putting it back up, and then it gets deleted again. That's a really good. Yeah. If you want to know about Sandy Hook, it's called "We Need to Talk About."
I think
Sandy
I
Hook.
saw that on
that, man.
on
really
net,
good one.
it was on Netflix, that same documentary. I think it was.
Wasn't.
No,
it wasn't.
No?
No, they wouldn't put that on Netflix, man.
I
promise.
There you go, Ron. I put the chat.
The entire thing.
I know that a lot of the other ones, you could get it for like conversion kits for a 45, like a 1911 style 45. You change your spring, your barrel, and then your magazine.
Yeah, but it's all one piece right there. You just slide it in. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Goyen.
What's up, Goy?
Hello.
Goy.
Welcome to the show.
We were working on a song earlier. Oh, shit. A stream went down. Oh, no.
It's okay to be Goy, guys. It's okay.
Yeah, I was trying to do a rap version, but I was saying earlier, it's hard to make oy vey sound cool. It just sounds wrong in any context.
Now when Helio did it, that is rock and roll.
Right. It has to be sung. Yeah, it has to be sung in like a rock voice.
Weird Al did it. Pretty fly for a rabbi.
Pretty fly for a rabbi.
Yeah, you got to listen to that one.
What was that?
That's a good song.
What was that one that he did? Oh man, he's done like one on the Amish and the.
Oh, he's the best.
He's
Pretty fly for a rabbi. He did
playing a concert
Amish Paradise.
I think he's playing a concert in Little Rock this year.
I've never got to see him. I would love to see Al. He puts on a hell of a show, man.
He's an equal opportunity offender, so it's like,
he's
look,
a comedian, man.
Gets a free pass. That's the good thing. Like nobody should be beyond criticism. You know what I mean? Like the most egregious people are beyond criticism. Like the Federal Reserve are beyond criticism. They're playing the Jew card. It's like, wait a minute, are you calling Soros? You mean he's the equivalent of some Holocaust person? You know what I mean? Like they're not equivalent. The Rothschilds, they're not equivalent. Those are the pieces of crap that you know what I mean? Like even the Jews should be criticizing them because all the hate is being derived from the controllers. You know what I mean? That's the reason that there's so much hate.
Speaking of which, did y'all see the S1 bill today?
No.
Did not.
It's a free speech hinderer.
That's not good.
Yeah, right. It makes it so you can't talk bad about the group we don't talk.
Oh, no. They already had enough protections. We need anti-Goyamism laws where they can't criticize the Goys. Because the Goys have suffered.
Where they can't interfere in Goys' lives. That'd be great.
Yeah. Anti-Goyamism. There's plenty of it. I mean, hate speech is like, it should be, if they want hate speech, it should be universal. They shouldn't be exempt. The hypocrisy of all this shit, you know what I mean? The double standard. So what else do you got, Nikitas? Is there anything new on the Q farm? I know we talked about it yesterday a little bit.
Not today, no, nothing new on that front. Just the S1 bill, that's the big thing. I don't know if it's showing or if he's scrolling down in the YouTube. It doesn't look like he's chat locked. I've been posting some links in.
Yeah, post it in there, man.
Yeah, I did. It's in there.
Hey, wait, I'm seeing a different Helio, the screen.
He hasn't scrolled. He's locked. Like he's that's old chat. It's the same room, but
okay. Did he leave for a minute?
Yeah, it looks like he did.
Well, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he's not in front of his eye, whatever that is.
Yeah, if you got anything you guys want to talk about, go ahead. We pretty much got the show opened up, so you guys can. If you got something you wanted to talk about, go ahead.
That's the main channel.
What's up, dudes?
What up, Briggs?
I just want to stop in for a minute. I've been listening to the stream. So I'm in Texas, and what was it? Hurricane Katrina, and what was the most recent one? Harvey. You know, something I'm noticing is they're using all these weather conditions, or I guess it's manipulation, to to kind of clear out areas, whether it's just the homeless or people who can't make it for some reason, elderly.
Oh yeah,
they're doing this like they did it in Paradise. They've done it in Texas and in Florida last year, and or the year before, I forget. And they're doing it in like the whole Northeast right now. Like I dropped some pictures in the show ideas, but like they're clearly manipulating weather with blankets in the sky, causing this cold or something, and you're getting like rolls of ice. Like there's no snowballs anymore. It's you get what's like a what would you even call that? Like a
nuclear winter. I don't know.
It's like a can. Like
no, I know what you mean.
Do you see those pictures?
Yeah. Do you know there's also if you look at like it's all really a part of the Agenda 21 program, and they're actually behind on it, but they're trying to get people to move in like to crowded cities so they can get more money per square foot, and they got better control over you if you're like closer to this.
Right.
And so that's what they do. Like there was a news article just last week where, you know, I know those supposedly DEW weapons, the directed energy weapons, hit those places in California. They those houses were destroyed, but there was like 2 or 3 that weren't. And they just got left this week. They got guys knocking on their door and were told they had to leave their homes. And they're like, why do I have to leave my home? My home's perfectly fine. I got electricity. I'm living here. I pay the rent. Like, what's wrong? Like, they would not let them stay in the house. They like basically forced them out. They didn't have a good enough reason.
I thought those people were like the Freemasons. Like, hey, don't hit my house. Take everyone else, but don't take mine. Like,
no,
it's
they just got noticed they had to evacuate. Like
I'd be suspicious. Wow.
Yeah, they're told you can't stay, and they didn't even give them a reason. They just told them you can't stay.
Well, people got to stand up for themselves. People in the area, we got to coalesce behind our neighbors and back them up. There's a guy called Grindall. His name is Grindall. I don't know if it's 69 or some number. And he goes to these city hall meetings and he calls them out. He's like, I know you're doing Agenda 21. Like, he calls them out for their bullshit. But nobody else goes with them. He's been doing it forever. And it's like, all of us are caught up in our own business, you know, like nobody's.
I would so file suit if I was that guy, because I'd be like, think about this, right? So you could come out and say, look, we were victims. Our whole neighborhood got destroyed and I had to live through this, you know, and now they're telling me I have to leave and they're not even giving me a good reason. You know, what jury of your peers would like side with the other side? You know, they're all going to be on your side.
They're all dead. The peers have all been killed. There's like
no, but I mean, like the jury that's, you know, when you go to court, the jury you have, you know, like they're going to be able to say, look, like, you know, we can't toss this guy out. He's already been through a lot.
I would hope so, but
anyways, I just wanted to drop that bomb in there. I really think this weather manipulation that they've perfected is just very, you know, sleight of hand. Like they're using it to clear out certain areas or populations.
Yeah, but why they hit Malibu too? Malibu is like a really exclusive place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's more obvious now, you know, in hindsight. But it takes time to kind of figure out what they're doing. You know?
Well, who's going to believe that they even have the capability to manipulate weather? You know, and if you talk about it like that, you sound insane, unless you're like around people that understand.
I mean, I have. As far as I'm concerned, weather manipulation is totally public now. It's not even like a conspiracy theory. You know, on that note, let me bring forth a documentary called I think it's Frankenskies. And it's by a guy named Matt Landman. And he goes over all the ways geoengineering is historically accurate, and he has lots of clips and stuff. Let me go ahead and drop it in the live stream text if anybody wants to see it. But there you go. And I'll drop it on the YouTube as well. I don't know if I can. I'm not wrenched there anymore. I don't.
What's that?
It let me.
We could pull some strings. We can make something happen.
No, no, I dropped it and it worked. Okay, yeah. So
nice.
That's a pretty good documentary. I mean, it shows lots of official footage of them talking about weather manipulation. I think it was a talk. Somebody was talking to Congress or some kind of congressional hearing or something. I mean, honestly, I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched this video, probably a few years. But I mean, as far as I know, weather manipulation is public. Even JFK was talking about it, so it's not like it's not too far out there. You know?
Well, I don't think it is, but I mean, there's still a lot of people who would buy into.
Yeah, well, you know what? Those people are dumb anyway, so I don't worry about those people.
We're getting more people woke because Riggs sent me a show, the Tinfoil Hat Show, and he's kind of like, he's friends with Joe Rogan, kind of like, I would say a normie, but some people would say he's far out there because, hence the name Tinfoil Hat Show. Anyway, he was talking about these. He was going picture by picture. He's like, look at this shit. The house is gone. The fucking pine trees are all around it. Like, how did the fire jump from here to here, destroy this, miss all this? You know what I mean? Like, you just rationally, as just a rational human being, look at this. And pointing it out, and millions of people that live in California have been affected by this. You know what I mean? They all know somebody who's been affected. They smell the fire, and everything survives. I mean, the forest survives, but not the houses and the cars. You know what I'm saying? So it's like something's going on that's not normal. And it's easy to see. It's easier to wake people up with so much fucking evidence and it's fresh in their memory. If you only had 9/11 to point at, that was 17 years ago. They cleaned everything up. There's all kind of shit still around that hasn't been cleaned up. You know what I mean? There's all kind of burned out houses, cars. There's tons of video footage. There's a lot of it. You know what I mean? They haven't had time to clean it up. And that's probably why they kicked that guy out. They don't want him documenting all this stuff. Like having people come visit him. Hey, look at this. Check this out. Oh, I finally found it. 1961, dude. Fires from California from 1961. They look identical to the shit we see today in this video. I know we played it before, but it's just, I'm going to post it on YouTube. People should really back this video up as evidence because it might not be there forever.
It looks like a bird is bending over to take a shit.
Where?
In the thumbnail. Sorry, I've had a few beers. I'm about to go.
That's funny.
Scroll into it though. The thumbnails is not the best, but inside this video, I got some screenshots. And it's
go home, Riggs.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute myself.
The evidence in there, dude, is gold. Yeah, they should put a better thumbnail because it's the houses that were destroyed. They have cars from the 1960s. The fire truck is like a convertible. There's no roof on it. I've never seen a fire truck like that with no roof on it. It's like, hey guys, we're going to put out the fire, and it's like this really antiquated fire truck, and it's like it's the same shit we're seeing today. How like the houses are like destroyed, and all of the trees are not burnt. You know, like the surrounding trees. Like, how does the fire get from one area to the next? It's crazy to think they had it back then, and they might have had it way before that as well. Like with Admiral Byrd, what was destroying his ships, he said they were attacked by a flying saucer, some kind of laser weapon or whatever. You guys there?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. What is? Yeah, dude, that's a really, really interesting video.
I just posted a quote from the S1 bill today in the live chat.
Yeah, propaganda goes back a long ways, man. You know what I mean? Like, here, we need to do better fire management. We're going to trim the undergrowth and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, even they tried to blame it on Trump. I forget what he said. They're not doing controlled burns or whatever. Well, guess what? None of the fucking trees burnt. You know what I mean? The forest didn't burn, dude. That's the safest place. Go hide in the trees. Here comes the fire. Let me go hide in the trees. It'll be safer than if you stay in your car. Cars were all being targeted. It's not funny, but fuck, man. Like, people in the cars, there was nothing left of them, dude. They were down into the springs on the floor. And the tow truck drivers are saying, every car you look in, there's people in there. You know, it's like, yeah, dude, it's a scary weapon. And a lot of people want to bury their head and pretend it doesn't exist. You know, because it is. It's, you know, how do you fight against that?
Yeah, I know. Basically, what Helio is showing on right now is the from the S1.
What does BDS stand for?
Hold on, I always forget the name. Let me look it up. It's
who get you timed out, Aaron? Nobody timed you out.
It's boycott, sanction, and divestment.
It is imperative that we do not cease in the fight against the insidious and deeply anti-Semitic BDS movement. Locke said with regard to the bipartisan Rubio mentioned legislation. We applaud the Senate for taking important steps to empower state and local governments, including the 26 states that have anti-BDS laws, to counter the BDS movement's economic warfare of discrimination.
It essentially means that you can't be anti-Semitic at all. So even if they're doing something wrong, you can't talk bad about them. Like, you're not able to criticize them for any reason. That's a direct violation of free speech, the First Amendment.
Dude, YouTube is violating our First Amendment, dude, with the censorship of Flat Earth. That's a direct violation. The First Amendment is meant to protect unpleasant speech, you know, like stuff that's like rude or whatever. It's meant to protect all speech. You can't just...
Yeah, our Constitution's hanging by a thread, man. They're attacking the Second, they're attacking the First, the Fourth is already gone.
Yeah, the Fourth Amendment, they're spying on all of us. It's like they're way out of control, but it's like, how do you push back when everybody in the government is corrupt? Every inch of it is corrupt. And
well, this is why Trump is so great, because he's exposing them while they do this. You know, he's showing what they're attacking, and people aren't going to put up with it.
Well, they got to pull it up by the roots, because there's too much violations going on and not enough enforcement. Like, every time someone violates this shit, they need to be fucking held up by the pubes. Like, YouTube doing what they're doing, they should be, dude.
This guy Admiral Crunch in the chat, he's like everything is a conspiracy, and it's like, well, what's your favorite conspiracy? He said, by far, Flat Earth. I said, man, they're all connected. I mean, it's not like it's not like, I mean, we're trying to connect the dots for people, and it takes
you
takes a long time
too,
to really...
man.
What?
Did you
I
block?
don't even see it. Yeah, I blocked him a long time ago. No. Admiral Crunch. I blocked him a long time ago in like Nathan's chat, and that's why I don't even see his messages.
Oh no, he's in there, but yeah, don't block anybody. I mean, unless they're just spamming or anything.
No, not as a moderator. I blocked him
from your, so you can't see him. Well, that's all right. Yeah. I'm just thinking, you know, and I said they're all connected, and he's like, but it seems like all the guys that believe in conspiracies believe a lot of them. It's like, well, it's not about believing it. I mean, you have to do your research and you have to connect the dots. It takes a long time to really put everything
Midi,
together.
did you time out Aaron? Because I see Aaron.
Shout out to
he was
Persian
bitching.
Scribe.
Aaron said someone timed him out, shut him up. He was talking about them, watching everyone else.
I definitely didn't. No, I didn't time him out. I didn't see him get timed out. Like, I didn't see any of...
I don't see it in the logs. I don't know what he's...
Yeah. The only people with wrenches in the chat are you and Midi, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I didn't see any. I would see the timeouts. I don't see any.
Yeah, I definitely didn't time him out.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, to Helio's point, it's like, we just believe all these things blindly. We don't do any research.
We just watched a couple YouTube videos, and now we're just conspiratards.
We know all. There's a thing called the all-seeing eye, and I'm a part of it.
It would scare a lot of people, but you really you can't stay in your little bubble. You got to pull your head out of the sand, and you can't be an ostrich and pretend evil doesn't exist. You're not just going to pretend it away. You have to confront this because we're losing it. A lot of people don't like confrontation. They want things to remain normal, and people will put up with a lot of shit before they revolt. Like, look what happened in France. It took a lot for them to revolt. It's like they're already like in the grave, and they have like dirt thrown on them, and they're halfway buried before they decided to do something. You know what I mean? It's like people will put up with a lot, and I think we're getting dirt thrown on us. We're in a hole. They're putting up 5G. They're putting up all this shit. They're hitting us with new weapons, but people are asleep. They're like, hey, did you see that play for the New Orleans Saints, the game that goes to the Super Bowl? That they're more concerned with a fucking football game. Yeah, okay, it's a bad call, but big fucking deal. You shouldn't even be watching breaded circuses, dude. They're more concerned about that than the fucking people being burned in their own houses, burned alive. If we could get that audience that upset about fucking people being killed, like, hello.
Well, but see, you were like trying to prop up Trump earlier or whatever. Well, he went out to California. He's like, yeah, see all this, like picked an area where there's a lot of like debris in the forest or whatever. Oh, see that we need people, picking this stuff up. This is causing all these forest fires.
Oh,
it's ridiculous, man. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Nikita's, man.
Oh, okay.
He's like freaking
the thing
kissing
is,
Trump's ass for some reason.
Yeah, he's not enforcing nothing. Like, if I was president, I'd be chopping heads, dude. It's like, okay.
Well,
what the hell is that?
It's coming from Marlena.
What was
Hey, Marlena, you back?
But yeah, to that point though, like one thing he did do was he realized that California was causing all those fires, and he cut off their federal funding for emergencies.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's really going to help the people that they destroyed.
The people need it. Like the people that
weren't getting it. They weren't getting it anyways. The government was the California government was taking advantage of it and using it for their own purposes.
But you know what? I know
the way.
The Red Cross is corrupt, but maybe a different private organization could come out and help them with clothing and shelter. And I mean, the mismanagement.
They weren't getting that from federal funding, though. The funding, they should have been getting it from federal funding, but they were taking those federal funds, causing the fires on purpose so they would get money and have all the other 49 states pay for it.
Yeah, but I mean, how can you prove that? I mean, and that's what we're saying.
There's articles of him doing that.
Well, I'm talking about proving that California is causing the fires.
No, you can't. It's the problem. There's no fingerprints. It's like, you know what they're doing? Pacific Gas and Electric, PG&E, they're filing bankruptcy, and they're going to put all the fucking bills, all the lawsuits on the taxpayers.
On the governors. Oh, yeah, on the taxpayers. Yep.
I
just heard that on the radio the other day. I was like, oh my God, man, this is
insult to injury.
That's a multi-billion-dollar company, man.
They need to go up the food chain. Rothschild owns that fucking thing. They need to go up the food chain, personal. Like shielding these people. They shield themselves from personal lawsuits.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's a corporation. Oh, I'll just declare Chapter 11. I don't have to pay off any of these lawsuits. And if it did, they'll just put it onto the ratepayers. Oh, since we have to pay these lawsuits, we're just going to increase everybody's rates. It's like it's a double-edged. You know what I mean? They're screwing you from both ends.
Yeah, and if Trump wanted to help somebody, he'd go after them instead of fucking just pulling back all the funding, and then hold the government of California accountable for the funding and send people in there to make sure that the funds go where they're intended to go. So it's not.
Well, that's what they need to do is make sure they're getting to the right people. But Trump's in the White House. He's not policing California.
Well, I mean, well, the whole government's freaking.
What about the rest?
It shouldn't even work that way anyway. But
the governor of the state, like the governor of California, the governor of New York, they're such pieces of garbage. You know what I mean?
They're just gross, man. Tell by looking at them, man. They're probably lizard
what do you guys
people.
think about
like
Venezuela?
Venezuela?
Yeah, what do you guys think about? I feel like Venezuela, what they really were trying to do, since all the sanctions and all that stuff, they're trying to work up a way to like break away from the Rothschild bank system, and I think that's why they're getting showed right now. Any thoughts?
Well, I don't like that the United States is like, hey, this is your new president. I mean, if their president sucked, it's none of our business. You can't just say, hey, this is going to be the new guy, whether you like it or not. I know all of the presidents are puppets anyway, but the audacity for it just, looks bad. Like, hey, we think this should be your new president. That's bullshit. Even though we all agree that they're all fucking puppets, but they should at least have the illusion of picking their own puppet. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them have a mock election between two pieces of shits and let them pick one of the puppets. That's pretty much what we have. We have the same system, but it looks bad. Like for the rest of the world, it doesn't look good. But then again, we don't have control of any of that. I think that what was the guy, Hugo Chavez, when he said it smells like sulfur? I think he was right, man. Bush was a rotten piece of crap. Maybe Chavez wasn't that bad. I don't know. Anybody there?
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as Hugo Chavez, I wasn't really following a lot of that. So, but no.
I didn't follow it either. I mean, because it's hard enough to follow the shit that's going on here, let alone like every other country in the world. Like, oh, Venezuela, Russia, Cuba, China. It's like, I don't have time for all that shit, dude. I can't even manage all the bullshit going on here. And I think they know that. It's like a giant soap opera.
What we do know is the United States has their freaking hands in everybody's freaking business, man, across the entire world.
We'll take it a step above the United States.
We are the
Who
empire.
controls us? Who controls the United States, right? We don't have self-determination. It's not us. It's the people controlling our government, Zog. It's the Zog government controlling the world. It's not even us. We have no say. It doesn't matter who we elect. They're still going to do this bullshit. You know what I mean? Obama, Bush, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Definitely.
So in Venezuela, I'm pretty sure that down in South America, there are Colombian military integrated with U.S. military units. And I believe that the troops that they pulled out of the Middle East, they're planning on redirecting them down there. I think that's probably going to be our next war.
I'll be like a war protester. Screw that. I'm like anti-war now, big time. Because I know who the wars are about. I know who's doing all this. Who is behind all the wars? You know what I mean? Like, and we should have a say in this. If our government says, "Hey, we're going to go to war," the people should have a say. I want no part of it.
Me either, man. I mean, God forbid they might, follow the Constitution and declare war against the country before they declare war against the country before they actually start dropping bombs on them.
Right. Oh shit. So why do you think they would follow the Constitution?
Well, I don't think they will. But they're not going to. I'm just saying, that's what the Constitution says. I mean, if you're going to go to war against the country, you have to, Congress has to vote.
Right.
On that.
Have Congress vote. Right. I don't like the idea that someone could just decide, oh, well, we're just going to attack. But weren't our soldiers being withdrawn from the Middle East? I thought all that shit was over.
Well, even after 9/11, the Afghan war wasn't even. They didn't vote for it then either. Declare war against Afghanistan. None of it. I mean, none of the wars since then have been.
Yeah, but that's why they're not declaring it. They're just sending the troops.
No, it's freaking nuts, man.
They're just bypassing the declaring.
I think it's very important to also consider the fact that Washington D.C. is a city-state, and it's a federal corporation, which has been taking over America. They don't follow our Constitution, the Constitution we believe in.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Yeah, it's a corporation.
Yeah, you know who this? High Impact Flicks did a video about that today. He's like, the United States of America is a corporation, and you are property. You're just a cog in the wheel. You know, to pay taxes. You're a debt slave.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And that's what we should focus our energy. Like maybe we need to make a new movement, because the Q movement ain't pushing that. They're not telling everybody they're debt slaves. We need to be like the yellow vest and just start red pilling people. It doesn't have to be violent at all. Just maybe, because the social media, we already did as much as we could. I mean, yeah, we could still share links and stuff, but we have to step it up. You know,
well, let's start a movement to repeal the Act of 1781 or 1871. I mean,
wasn't there another act that was also passed a while after that kind of compounded the effects of that?
I'm not sure. I know after, well, was it 1871? Yeah, it was 1871.
I think you're right on that.
Because 1783 was when the Constitution was ratified, right? And then, yeah, 1871 was Act of 1871 when Washington, D.C. became the United States of America in capital letters. It was its own corporate entity.
Yeah, we're so lost as a people with the mainstream media. That's our greatest enemy. You know what I mean? All this shit they're doing. And the one thing Trump has done is blow some holes in the credibility. They didn't have much credibility before this, but they pretty much have nothing. Their credibility for the mainstream media is zero.
Yeah, I guess that's one good thing. He just kept saying fake news, which we've been saying for a long time. So I guess that kind of, I guess we could say that's a...
Well, it's something better than nothing. I mean,
yeah.
Obama wasn't calling them fake news. Now, this is the video, the government shutdown. It's a very short video, but in there, he specifically outlines the part of the United States as a corporation. I like this guy. I would like to see. He's got a massive audience. I'd like to see him.
I thought he got his channel shut down, didn't he? Well, I guess not if you're showing it.
No, not high. He did, but it was reinstated. He has 500,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I'm still part of his Discord server.
Yeah, his Discord's not really active. But okay, this video, he just put it out today. It has 11,000 views. And I know they're censoring it. I know they're not. Probably got more than that. You know, considering he has 500,000 people and only 11,000 watch it. I'm pretty sure they're censoring. But it's still, if we could push it off on these big platforms, because it's hard for us to wake shit up, like, you know, in these smaller groups. This is a fun hangout, and it's still doing something, because maybe we get some new people in that never heard of flat Earth. They're like, flat Earth, what is this shit? And then they realize that we're not crazy, and they start researching it, and they go deeper down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's
because I thought I was woke.
That's why I was, you know, that's the purpose of this show is, you know, I mean, all the things we're talking about are they're flat Earth related. I mean, and just like Admiral Crunch is confused about why, you know, if you believe one conspiracy, why do you have to believe them all? You know, this is like, dude, there's no end to the rabbit hole, man. If you're curious about these topics, man, everything's connected. You're gonna find something there that'll lead you to another place, and it's not about someone, you know, I don't know what he's thinking, proselytizing someone into a conspiracy theories or whatever. It's that everyone has their own mind, you know. Like, this is why we spend so much time talking amongst each other and sharing ideas with each other, because we've all come across different information, and we love to talk about it and connect the dots so that we can just find out more and be able to move forward, and eventually, we're never going to find out the entire truth, but before a lot of these social media platforms, I was alone, you know. I mean, I didn't have anybody to talk to about it. You know, I'd try to talk to people about it, but they didn't want to talk about it, you know. So, that's why we get together all the time and talk about this shit, you know.
I'm glad we got a group of people like that are woke, you know, like people I could talk to. I do appreciate everybody here, people on 24/7 Flat Earth. You guys are like, I spend more time with you than my own family. You know, I don't really see them that much. So just because like this is important that I mean, like I don't see any future unless we could stop this. The way that how they're implementing this shit so fast, if we don't push this back in the next, we probably have 2 years.
Yeah, but see, at the same time, they show their hand, though, a lot, though, just like we were talking about with the censorship thing, and they specifically mentioned Flat Earth and alternative remedies and stuff like that in their newest censorships, you know, thing. So
but people who shit on Trump, I see it getting much worse. Like with the worst president, like you know what I mean? It's like someone who will shit on the at least he shits on the mainstream media, calls them fake news. I could see it getting much worse. But like say Paul Ryan was president, it would be a lot worse. You know what I mean? Like,
hey Ron, do you have that video handy where Trump's talking about the Earth is flat?
No, I don't have that one.
Okay, I'm trying to find it. He doesn't say that specifically, but he hints it with his, because he owns an airplane. He's like one of the few private people that actually own like a large.
He talked about it also with a bunch of Boy Scouts about the Earth being flat, by the way, before he was president.
Yeah, so I mean, he does believe in it.
That's why I think, you know, when he first came in and started talking about Space Force and we're going back to the moon, that I was like, yeah, he's trolling now, man.
Yeah, we got trolling NASA, dude.
And he did say, if you guys can't go back to the moon, he's like, if I gave you an unlimited budget, why can't you go back? You did it like 50 years ago, and we're coming up on the anniversary. So it's like, I think NASA, their back is against the wall, and they know it. They're like, we need to produce because he's calling us out. He's not going to let us keep, you know, stealing 20 billion and put it on autopilot where we could just keep this hoax alive. They're, you know what I mean? The meter is running, and then our flat Earth movement is getting louder and louder. And, you know, NASA doesn't like it. I'm sure they're freaking out, you know, like wearing the shirts, NASA's fake or whatever. Like they, I'm sure they're scared, dude. They're scared for their career. Not to say everyone's bad there, but the good people at NASA, we need them to step up, and maybe our trolling, like even like it's okay to be coy, maybe that helps like people like Benjamin, what's his name, Owen Benjamin, to speak out against the stuff because he can, you know what I mean, against his chosen people or whatever, because other people can't criticize them without getting the world crashing down on them. I think someone at NASA could, you know, we need whistleblowers to come out. Maybe we should make our own. Like, hey, guess what? I'm NASA Anon. And I worked there for 30 years, and the Earth is flat, and they've been lying to you and stealing your money. We need like a hoax.
I hate when people make good memes and then spell the shit wrong.
Because they can't spell.
The NASA ones? Which one is it spelled wrong?
Yeah, it says because atheists need a religion too. It should have an S. Atheists.
Is there a single atheist?
Yeah, that one atheist needs a religion too. So.
Well, no, goyim. Goyim is also plural. You don't say the goyams with an S.
Well, that's because you're using the Adamic language. I am like cherubim, Elohim. You know, it's
oh man,
it's Hebrew. In Hebrew, the things words that end in I am are multiple, like.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, that'd be a plural of respect. In Hebrew, that'd be called a plural of respect.
Except Goyim means cattle, so.
The Goyim do know, yes.
The cattle know.
Did you hear the song?
They run the show.
You did it so good that night. You got the guitar handy? Because that was entertaining. That you did that guitar.
Woot, it was good.
Which one was good?
Oh, when he was ripping on the guitar the other night, it was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, I liked it. The part though, he gave it the lyrics. Remember, you tried to rap it MIDI and it wasn't working because it does. When Helio was singing it, I wasn't even thinking like it's like oy vey, you know what I mean? It sounded like just like regular like rock music. Didn't sound like it was some kind of Yiddish or whatever.
Yeah, that voice. It's something about the rock voice. It makes it sound so much cooler.
Oy vey. It's okay to be coy.
Like I'm trying to rap it. Like how do you rap it? Like oy vey. Like how do you make that sound? You know, how do you make it sound gangsta?
How do you make oy vey gangster? Oy vey.
I'll make it. I'll work on it this week, man.
Well, yeah, I actually have a hook, Helio. Yeah, if you could do the hook to my rap version, if you could just do the hook, then I could do the rest. Because the rest I could work with. I was trying to do like a Linkin Park voice, but I can't sing like that. It hurts my throat, and it sounds like I'm taking a dump.
No, you just gotta let it roll, man.
I just heard the Gibson.
Oh shit!
Oh, he's whipping it out.
It's okay to be. That's loud, man. Shit. It's okay to be good. It's okay to be good. I don't remember, man. I haven't really worked on.
Can't hear
what was that riff? You had that
the vocals, man. We need more vocals.
You had that bluesy like metal. It was like, you know, like one of those.
No, I don't remember. Man. I'll have to go back and listen to it.
Yeah, we'll have to listen to that stream. It was a really cool little lick, man. It was like I don't remember it exactly, but it's like on that blues kind of blues scale, like the Rage Against the Machine uses a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were definitely on point with that riff, though.
Yeah, it was in the key of Rage Against the Machine, I think.
Which episode was that on? I'm gonna have to go back.
They want to hear more guitar, Helio.
Yeah, that's perfect. Don't go any louder than that. Yeah.
What shit? I need to pull up like a blues backing riff.
Yeah, you sound really low. The microphone sounds low.
Like my vocals or the guitar?
Well, your vocals were really low. The guitar was good.
Oh.
I don't know if you moved away from the mic or.
gonna make the guitar really loud. What I just tuned. Yeah, I'm away from the mic, but if I start singing, then that's I sing a lot louder than I talk.
I only regret that I can't throw the key to my room and my panties on the stage right now.
Everybody throw up your lighters. It's cell phones now at concerts, right? Yeah.
So sexy when a man talks about his underwear, his panties.
McBrazzle.
His silk drawers.
Let's see.
I can't help it when I get all hot and bothered, man. I get all hot and bothered.
Let's not get degenerate. It was. There was something interesting that happened today. Besides the cold weather, does anyone else experience it? Is anyone from the Midwest? I know I got a couple people in here from Detroit. You guys got it lucky, man. You don't have this 30 below stuff. Actually, it's going to be like 45 below zero.
Yeah, we're getting into like the minus 50 tomorrow.
Y'all
crazy.
don't even go to work for that. Y'all should stay in your house.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Things break, dude. Like metal breaks at that temperature. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Hopefully your heater and stuff operates fine.
Oh, I know. Yeah, your pipes will freeze.
It's only 26 right now, and I think the lowest it's supposed to get is like 15 tomorrow here in Arkansas, so that ain't too bad.
You're lucky, man. That's
That's nothing. I wear shorts in that weather.
I'll take that above that 45 degrees below.
Fill up some pitchers with water right now, and then run it at slight so your pipes don't freeze.
Yeah, you got to trickle the water. Because my nephew is in a trailer, and I had to thaw out his pipes. They froze solid. His mom didn't. They had a pipe heater, but man, it's the water pipe is right near the edge by the skirting of the trailer, and it's only like a half-inch water line.
It still might freeze up.
Oh, it will. I mean, yeah,
even trickling at that temperature.
Yeah. Well, there's an electric heater, but I'm gonna have to tell her to turn that shit on, man. Like, let the water. Because I don't want to go fix a broken pipe, dude. I had to do that.
It's gonna freeze before it even gets to you.
What's that? The water line?
Yeah.
Sometimes they freeze solid and they split open. The copper line splits open.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I do some plumbing, and my friend had a front porch that was like a meat cellar. They would hang like a ham in there to cure it. They were Italian, and they would make a prosciutto, and they had like a cellar. It was under their front porch, and in the wintertime it would get really cold in that room. It was just a concrete slab over the top of that room, and anyway, the water pipe from the meter, about a couple of feet off the ground, it froze solid and it split open like lengthwise, and it was like frozen solid. So luckily, it didn't break on the other side of the meter. I was able to shut it off. I had to thaw that shit out. Like the line was full of ice. Like the whole pipe, it was full of ice. I had to thaw that out, cut it, and then resolder it. But that's just how cold it gets. That was a 3/4 inch copper line too. And it was shielded. You know what I mean? It was underneath the concrete slab within a house. Usually a basement is more protected against freezing over, than a trailer. I know, Marlena's, you're from the north in Canada, so you probably get that a lot, right?
I'm in New York, man. We still didn't get any snow yet.
You haven't had snow this year?
No, I mean we had some snow a little bit here and there, but we haven't had anything serious.
My shit is lagging, man. My YouTube is lagging. Where did Helio go? You still there, brother?
Yeah, he looks like he's there.
His guitar died out.
Hey,
what else have you been up to, Nikita?
I was just working on this backing track. I was going to play a little solo. It's not very long. A little music break.
Hey, I just want to let you guys know I got to head out. But it's been fun.
Oh, okay. Cool, man. Appreciate you.
Good night, brother. Man. Nice seeing you.
Yep. All right, you guys take care.
If you got anything, later, if you want to like have some news and deliver some news, put it together and report on it. Just keep us up to date, because I don't follow that anymore, and I devote my time to like waking people up about like flat Earth, waking people up about other things. There's so many people into that, but I don't follow it. Yeah, if you want to come and
I'll do that.
Yeah, just come in with a segment every once in a while, something that you want to talk about. Well,
yeah,
and just throw it in there, and we'll talk about it a little bit, and then move on.
Yeah, today all there was the S1 bill. So some people, they tried to slip that under the.
That's what they always do, man.
Next thing you know, they start knocking on your door and arresting you because you said something wrong.
They do it before, like when Congress is not in session or going into the weekend, they slip this stuff in there. Wasn't the Federal Reserve was passed something shady like that? Nobody was in session. You know what I mean? It was just, that's how all these worst laws they passed. Obamacare, things like that.
Yeah, they did it Obamacare on Christmas, didn't they?
That's how the Federal Reserve got passed.
Yeah, the Fed, right.
Yeah, 1913.
Yep.
That's what I mean. We should be able to like revoke this shit. Like it was done on such rotten, you know what I mean? Like that's many generations ago that shit happened. We shouldn't be held to account for that criminal activity that many years ago. It's time to correct the wrongs of the past. Especially when millions and millions of people know about this. The government employees have to know about it. They can't possibly be that stupid. They're just all corrupt. It's like they're getting the great thing.
They still don't educate people that the Federal Reserve's not federal.
See, like Paul Ryan, he came to the Congress as just a regular person, and then after his however many years he's been there, he's worth like $17 million. There's no way he could have made that much money. The congressmen get paid pretty well, but not that well. You know what I mean? So he's doing, and that's just his account that we know about. You know what I mean? So he had to pay income tax, and he was able to save that much. And that's not including his Swiss bank accounts. I guarantee he has private accounts where he keeps the majority of his money, like his bribes and shit. And that's why these people, they go along to get along. They're doing well while we're all getting screwed over, and they have that smug look on their face, that smug grin. Talk about a punchable face. Paul Ryan has a punchable face.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's been fun. I'll keep that in mind, and I'll see you guys later.
All right, Nikita. Thanks for coming by.
Yep. Take it easy.
All right. I'm going to attempt this.
shit. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Is that your own song, Helio?
No, it's just a backing track I picked off of YouTube. I was just playing the lead over it.
Well done.
Very much so. I enjoyed that. Also, the other day you were playing, and I remembered when you were playing again, but there's a guy called David Valdez, and your riff the other day reminded me of his music. I mean, it's not the same at all, just like the way you're playing kind of reminded me of the way he ripped. I don't know if you've heard him, but check him out. He's cool.
Cool, man. Yeah, I'm a little rusty, man. I need to play more. What like if I played like every day for a couple of weeks, I get a lot tighter on some of those lead. But yeah, it's been a while since I don't practice very often.
Hey, I don't hear too much pick action. Sounds pretty tight to me.
Thanks, man.
Why'd you stop?
Appreciate that. Well, we're doing a show here, man. It was just a little interlude.
I want to hear you and Mike Smith.
I want to hear your riffs, Mike.
I can't play, but Mike knows how to play.
Yeah, I'd have to go to the barn, pick everything up, and move to the barn because I wake the house up.
But I brought my amp home. See, I'm playing through, like, I have some studio monitors on my desk. And they're pretty nice. I mean, they're pretty freaking loud. They're 10-inch speakers and stuff. But I brought my guitar amp home from my brother's house. That some bitch will rattle the whole freaking house, man. Haven't even fired it up since I brought it back. I'll do that one of the streams. I'll fire it up.
Yeah, you guys were on weather, man, and we're getting record lows. School's been closed all week here.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, we're getting storms, and our record lows are like 30. We're breaking 30-year-old records right now.
It's 24 here, which is not bad. It was 13 yesterday morning.
13. I'll take that.
Yeah. I'll take it over whatever's about to happen to you guys. Shit.
30 below. Dude, on the blood moon, it was so I think maybe the moon was giving a cooling effect as well.
Oh yeah, it was cold as shit. I was shivering out there watching the blood moon, and it was cold.
Oh yeah, dude, it sucked the heat out of me, dude. I was out there for like 10 minutes. I'm like, my hands were numb, dude. I'm like, damn, I can't operate these switches. And to run a P900, you can't do it with gloves. You know what I mean? I gotta keep taking my gloves off to focus. And yeah, it's difficult, man. I'm like, I wish I had some kind of hand warmer because I was there like 95% of totality, and I had to tap out. I'm like, man, I just can't move no more, dude. My hands are frozen.
I was out there. I mean, I was bundled up, but I could see it. I have some. I didn't have a P900, but I have some 50 times zoom binoculars. I was watching it with.
When's the next one? I thought we just had one like not that long ago. We had another blood moon, didn't we? Like, because I remember talking about it.
There was a supermoon a while back.
Maybe that was it. Yeah, but it was
and
a
I
red,
think there was a blue moon
red
also.
color too.
Yeah, there was a blood moon like just last year, I think, like early last year, I think.
So it's not like a solar eclipse that's really rare that comes around like very infrequently.
No, blood moon's not rare. It's just the fact that it was with an eclipse.
Hey, we can hear you now. Yay!
Yay!
When do we get the next lunar eclipse? When, is it a long time, or is it like something that happens every couple of years?
Oh, the blue moon thing? Yeah, that's different.
Well, blue moon.
That's when there's 2 moons.
Yeah, that's two full moons in
1
a
month.
Yeah. But
yeah.
But our month, you know, I mean, if the months were based off the moon, you would never have that. Right.
Well, the calendar should be.
Yeah,
13 lunar cycles to a year is what we should have.
Well,
but somebody messed with
We do, though, right? There's supposed to be an extra month, though, isn't there?
A leap year. We have every 4 years a leap day.
Well, in a lunar.
Yeah, but in real life.
In the Jewish, like the Jewish calendar, they have 11 months every year, and then every 7 years there was an extra month.
Oh, they shortchanged us on the months too.
But then Julius and
you only get 11.
Augustus
Boy.
got their own month.
Oh my god. In the beautiful Midwest, wind chill temperatures are reaching minus 60 degrees. This is Donald Trump. Why does he even tweet? Does he even? You think he really even tweets that shit, or does he have like one of his staff?
No, he does. Oh, he does. Trust me.
Coming days, people can't last outside even for minutes. What the hell is going on with global warming? he fucking misspelled it. He didn't put the R in it. He didn't put the R. Global warming.
Global warming is freezing the shit out of us up here.
Come back, global warming. We need you. That's funny. That's something like I would have tweeted, man. That's what.
We can almost pull the fish right out of the ice, and they're already frozen.
Do you guys think this comes from Operation Solar Shield?
What?
Solar
That's a joke,
Shield?
right?
No, that's not.
Well, you might have to elaborate on that, McBrazzle.
Well, it's just a weather modification program that they told people about, and basically the whole point is just to block out the sun.
Right, and it's like has to do with the chemtrail program.
Well, we understood that. We're just, never mind. I want to get smart assy. I apologize in advance.
But seriously, I mean, it's like if they're Operation Solar Shield, it sounds like, I mean, is that something that's a public release, or is that some kind of classified thing?
Yeah, no, it was public release. They just didn't cover it on like mainstream, obviously, because they put it out there, and then I talk about it. People think I'm crazy, and I'm pointing this shit out in the sky. Clouds form. I'm like, hey.
I mean, I think I've heard it before, but I never really looked into it.
It's a pluck.
Well, look at it right now.
Do her up. Do her up.
What's she doing?
Do her up.
Hey, Marlena, you know that McBrazzle lives in my town.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we went to a couple Flat Earth meetups here in town.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, isn't that cool?
Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
It is cool to get with a group of people who just don't think I'm psychotic.
Well, we never stop. No, I'm just kidding. Show me some pictures. I want to see pictures. Did you guys take pictures?
No. I was thinking, we were on the way home, and I was like, man, we should probably take a picture of the group from the meetup. It's like, next time.
I want to see the video where you had a rocket launched at your airplane. That's what I want to see.
All right, so.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
And you know what I heard? Is it true that the further you go north, after a certain point, does it get warmer again when you get past a certain point north, like at the extreme north pole?
Yeah, it's really strange. It's like what we consider it looks like a vortex because it just looks bizarre.
Yeah, that's the what do you call it, toroid field. Maybe in the middle of that toroid, it pushes the cold air out, and within that toroid field, it's warmer.
Well, y'all need to. You guys really need to come see the Northern Lights. And for people that don't believe in the field or any of the magnetic stuff going on, you can really see it during times when we have the Northern Lights. It's beautiful.
Hey, shout out to Michael Jordan. Get some, punk.
Hey, Michael Jordan.
Follow that link, buddy.
Hey, I did find something. Solar Shield is a NASA project. It's this article I found is from the NASA website.
NASA, government, isn't it the same thing?
Yeah, well, it's from October 26, 2010. It says, every 100 years or so, a solar storm comes along so potent it fills the skies of Earth with blood-red auroras, makes compass needles point in the wrong direction, and sends electric currents coursing through the planet's topsoil. The most famous such storm, the Carrington event of 1859, yeah, sure, actually shocked telegraph operators and set some of their offices on fire. A 2008 report by the National Academy of Sciences warns that if such a storm occurred today, we could experience widespread power blackouts with permanent damage to many key transformers. What's a utility operator to do? A new NASA project called Solar Shield could help keep the lights on. Solar Shield is a new and experimental forecasting system for the North American power grid, explains project leader Antti Pulkkinen, a Catholic
And how much did that cost?
A Catholic University of America research associate working at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. I haven't got to the cost yet. We believe we can zero in on specific transformers and predict which of them are going to be hit hardest by a space weather event. The troublemaker for power grids is the GIC, short for geomagnetically induced current. When a coronal mass ejection, a billion-ton solar storm cloud, hits Earth's magnetic field, the impact causes the field to shake and quiver. These magnetic vibrations induce currents almost everywhere, from Earth's upper atmosphere to the ground beneath our feet. Powerful GICs can overload circuits, trip breakers, and in extreme cases, melt the windings of heavy-duty transformers. This actually happened.
And is that it?
No, it keeps going. I mean, it says
and that was brought to you today by the letters WTF
and by NASA, the National Association of Space Actors.
Nazis and space apes, but
yeah, no, yeah. But,
what does it stand for?
No, these
Nazis, leave those Nazis alone.
They've been talking about these threats from solar flares for many years, and that's just,
I know
that's freaking crazy.
As long as I can remember, I remember even getting briefed on if something happens when we're flying and the solar storm happens. Shit.
It's like they could take out the entire electric grid in America to be shut down.
Marlena, when you're flying, have you ever seen a sprite pop by, like one of those lightnings that shoot up?
Oh, yeah. I've seen ball lightning. I captured one of the spiral ones on video. And that was while I was on the ground, mind you. It's on my YouTube channel.
I've seen lightning striking like the airplane wings on commercial airline. Like they show like electricity, like lightning hitting the wings, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't.
No, because you're not grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I've seen some really cool light shows up there. Yeah.
Planes.
I don't know about the sprite though. How does that?
Borealis.
Yeah. That's
What'd you say?
Yeah, sign. Aurora.
Oh yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Yeah, they're so beautiful.
They are. I've seen
them right now.
I'm sure you got to. I'm sure.
And they're going to be out. Oh yeah, and they're going to be out like all week because of the cold and all that shit. And the air is so much clearer when it's cold. Like it's the best time to fly actually when it's cold like that. You get no turbulence or anything.
Too bad it's overcast. We have dense. The air is really dense, so it's got more buoyancy.
Yeah, but you know what? Anytime that anybody would have a shitty day down here, I would go up and have my own beautiful, hot, sunny day to myself.
You know, the metal get's really brittle, doesn't it? At really cold, but it's always cold up at high altitude.
Yeah, but that's why you have so many rivets on the fuselage, is for movement. So there's like, a little give every, So just before you fly, you do your walk around and you tighten all your rivets. And almost every time in cold weather, you always have to keep doing it. Yeah.
How do you tighten the rivets?
With a screwdriver.
On a commercial
the
jet?
rivets. They all have, yeah. Yep. Theirs is a little bigger than a regular one, but mine for my small plane, just a regular screwdriver.
They need to Loctite that shit.
Oh yeah.
Nuts and bolts.
You have just a couple loose. You have just one or two loose. That's it. That'll start to tear off, just because of the the amount of pressure when you're flying. The pressure of the wind against your aircraft.
Really?
Well, I didn't want to make this serious. We're having such a good time. So you made me get serious.
Actually, I want to know about the Aurora. That was interesting. Because
What about it? And you know what? I'm not racist. So when you said that earlier, that really bugged me. So I had to leave.
No, enough. It didn't sound. It sounded like you were mad at me for something. I'm like, wait a minute.
I was mad at you.
For what?
That's why I left.
All right. Well, I wasn't around in the 50s. Don't hold that against me. I don't know what the fuck. So
I seen an
let's
Aurora
put that behind us.
Borealis.
We're all on the same team.
I seen an Aurora in '94 where the lights were just flying all over the sky. It was crazy as hell.
It's so neat, right? My mom, when she was alive, anytime they come out, she'd go and she'd blast music, and because she always said, they dance to music, and it's so beautiful. And it sounds weird, but see, you guys only see still pictures. When you see what they look like, it's amazing. They move and they do these really pretty dances, and they really do look like they're dancing across the sky. And it has to be something you see in person.
It reminds me of disco.
Did you guys ever hear? Yeah. Did you ever hear of? Listen to this one. Is weird. Okay, so now, and I know a lot of you guys don't, talk about the Mandela stuff, but there was no such thing as Southern Lights in my life, but now supposedly there are, and it doesn't make any sense. No, ever. Only Northern Lights. I mean, people from all over the place, Australia, all those places used to come up here to come see the Northern Lights. So now there's Southern Lights, and then check this one out. There's the Middle Light now, and you know what they call it? Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm with you. I'm with you because we had something special up here when I was a child. The Northern Lights, the only aurora you ever seen.
Yep. Yeah.
Now we got Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's lights that just go straight, and they're in the middle. Not the middle, our middle, but the middle between us and the south.
Right, the equatorial plane.
Yeah. But can you imagine Steve? You can't come up with anything better than Steve. But yeah, there was no such thing as Southern Lights.
They have one at the equator too.
It was never like that. Telling you.
Weird.
Hey, that's
I know it is.
That's a Mandela effect I might get behind, Marlena.
Oh yeah. I know just by tourism, all the people that I flown around during the Northern Lights stuff going on. I mean, shit. I remember even talking about it not being in the South, and now they have Southern ones. Get out. That's strange.
Yeah, it's part of the
Aurora Australis.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. Hi, welcome.
Well, wait a minute, Becky's from Australia. Can you confirm this, Becky?
She left, I think.
No, she's
going to bed.
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. I was in the chat. I got distracted. What am I confirming or denying?
How dare you get distracted? The Southern Lights. You know how we have Northern Lights?
Yes, I do.
Do you guys have the Southern Lights? I mean, it says you do now, but I want to know if you've ever seen them.
Oh, I used to live up the Blue Mountains, which is pretty high. So from my house, I could see to Sydney, but I've never seen anything like the Southern Lights that you talk about. No.
There you go.
I've been around Australia, so I've never seen those things. No.
Wow. Okay. There you go.
So
you can't miss them here.
For them
you
to
can't
lie.
miss them in the north. I see them from flat ground.
Oh yeah, me too. You don't have to be up high to see the Northern Lights. They're like, they go right over the whole entire sky.
Yeah.
You know, they're
I'd
not
love to
these
see
little
that.
tiny points of light. They're huge.
I
I
think
mean,
you
they're
gotta
better
be what?
when you get up to the UP in my state, but you
And the UP, yeah. I'd like to see them. I don't want to go. I mean, I wouldn't want to go like on an expensive trip, but I would drive definitely to the UP. When is a good time to view Northern Lights?
you
When
can
is it the most?
you can see the Aurora Borealis right at the bridge and just before the bridge.
Is
So
winter or summer?
Baldwin, Claire.
Be right back.
Is it better when it's cold or better when it's warm, like summertime or wintertime?
I usually go when there are events, but they're year round.
The clearest is during winter, only because there's not as much what do you call it in the sky, like smog and shit from the heat.
Humidity and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I shouldn't say smog. Not everybody has smog, but yeah, they're still there, but not as clear at all. Wintertime, they're crystal clear. They're so pretty.
Yeah, because the sky's clear.
It was
too bad
so
Crystal wasn't
clear.
here. She probably has some good. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, Crystal bailed out. Well, because it's laid over by her, but it was so clear out that night in the filming. I wanted to stay and record it. I'm kind of regretting it. It's like, damn, should have just got, I don't know, should have just got thicker gloves, but I didn't have time for all that. I had my stuff set up. I'm like, am I gonna miss this eclipse? I'm like, I don't even care. I didn't know it would shine through. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it's just going to get dark. I didn't know it would shine through the so-called eclipse and turn the moon red, because I probably would have stuck it out another half hour. It was like What's that?
I was just going to jump in and say, if you wanted to check out some really cool photography from like the Northern Lights, listed in the live stream text, he does videos. They're really cool to watch.
Nice. So, Helio, do you have another song that you were saving for us?
Not that I'd planned.
The best times is when it's not planned.
Let me think. I'll pull out my acoustic. Let me think. I'll think of something. I'll do another one. You guys keep talking. I'll find something.
Rockefeller. Yeah, dude, we've been lied to about so much. Trying to piece this together. Like right now, we have a handful of pieces, and we're trying to build the frame of the puzzle, and it doesn't fit. We're like, wait a minute, I can't build the frame. Something's missing, and all these missing pieces point to a different something else. I don't know how they could keep us from going there. Like if we demand, like, well, what's your problem? What, like, remember when people demanded to see Fort Knox? I was watching a video and they're like, we want to see if there's gold. And I guess there was public outcry, whatever. And they finally got together and let some people in there, but they only let them into the room at the front. And what they had, it looked like a giant room full of gold, but it could have been just cinder blocks with, one layer of gold. It doesn't have to go all the way deep. You know what I mean? Like it could have just been filled with anything and just like a front layer, the front part, some gold. And then after the people were there, they ship it back out. They're like, we need to borrow some gold for a photo shoot. And once we have these people come here, we could send it back to you. Like the Rothschilds sent it back to their own vault in Switzerland. Oh, good. Shoney's here. Nice to see you. Where you been? You're late.
Sorry, I was just trolling the trolls up in there. My bad.
Which trolls? Which guy we had in there? Who's trolling up?
The famous Michael Jordan, and who's the other one? There's a new one, new face. Gerald Sham.
Scam, sham, whatever.
and Cyclone. That's another one. Cyclone. He's a good one. He's a fun troll.
Can you read that poem about the flat Earth if you do it to a rhyme? Remember you were putting it for your.
Yeah, I could actually. Hold on, let me plug my speakers in, and let me get this thing going. Let me see if I have it recorded. I actually have something recorded. I could probably play it. Let me see. Let me get this popping here. I recorded it already, but I just the chorus, like I said, I was having a problem with the chorus because, the word, it just wasn't cool enough. Hold on, let me see here. Recent, Goy, close. Oh man, where's the beat? Just load it. Come on. All right, here we go. Check this out. Do you hear this?
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay, all right. I don't want you to really hear this chorus because I'm gonna. Here, check it out. Here we go. Hey. The cattle know they run the show. The more we work, the more we owe. We're born a slave and forced to serve the beast of Satan, the Federal Reserve. 2 sets of laws meant to deceive. We UCC to supersede the laws of God for the laws of man. They use your name to pull this scam. All uppercase, but still the same. The only prison is in your brain. It only works if you comply. For us to live, they have to die. Oh, hey, it's okay. It's okay to be good. Oh, hey, that's my Linkin Park chorus. It's okay to be good. We need Helio to do that.
I like it.
Thank you. Let's try it. And now we're pissed. So pick a side. The end is near. I trust in God. I have no fear. The game is over. The final blow. For the spawns of Satan, because the Goyim know. Oh, hey, it's okay. It's okay to be good. Yeah, that's.
Oy vey!
Yeah.
Dude, I love that Helio one. Oy vey!
Oy vey!
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I can't hit those notes, man. Like those Chester notes, whatever, Kurt Cobain notes.
Also go, oy vey!
Yeah.
Do the whole thing, man. Say that it's okay to be good. You got the vocals.
Oh, that would be a good harmony.
Well, I know,
it's
but
okay to be good.
Well, I mean,
Right?
I'm thinking like the oy vey, like they have this like 3-part harmony thing. Oy vey, oy vey, oy vey. That'd be like, and then it'd be just like a chant. It's okay to be goy.
I like how you did. You're shouting it like that falls out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how loud it is in this mic. I mean, I got it.
Yeah, that was
where I talk.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
screaming away from it. I'm like halfway. I'm lean my head away. Oy vey! It's okay to be goy. It's okay.
Yeah, dude,
it's okay to be goy.
It fits with a rock song like that when you sing it like that.
Yeah. The cattle know they run the show. The more we work, the more we owe.
Yeah, we got to make 2 versions,
Yeah.
So like, but
why
they
even
both have
many? Make as many as you want.
Yeah, man.
Like it's
yeah, at least 2. But yeah, basically it's going to be like a rap rock kind of remix. You know what I mean? I want to put a guitar in there too. I want to put like a heavy guitar into. Maybe even you could do that, Helio, because you got a nice tone.
Open source, brother. Anybody could use it.
Hell yeah.
We just we're tired of being abused, and we have to let people know. Even if it takes a catchy song, then where did I hear that? You know what I mean? Just for people to start talking about it. I know it comes and goes. Like remember Ron Paul and the Fed, and then it kind of it fizzled out. You know what I mean? It was like a big thing, and then like, yeah, whatever. No one's gonna end the Fed. It's just talking about it.
Right, and it's like the root of all the problem. You know, they say money's the root of all evil, but like the Fed is like the root of like a lot of these conspiracies.
Oh, they're the source of all the evil of the world. The Federal Reserve is the root of all of it.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have that. I mean, they have it everywhere. Every country is enslaved by them. It's like if you pull that root up, then countries could start to heal. You know what I mean? It's like, who are they to say, here, I'm gonna print money out of thin air and force you to borrow it from me at interest? Who the fuck are they? Where's their fucking army? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. Where is their fucking army? They use our army. You know what I mean? They use our men. And they used us. They deceive us. They hit us with false flags. They use our fake-ass crooked government and crooked media to fool people. Hey, you were attacked. Go get them. Go get these people. You know what I mean? Like, when do we turn the tables? When do the Goyim wake up? It'd be nice to have mainstream media, to have their power, you know, just for one day even, to blast truth all day. You know, just like
that would be crazy. Imagine we could hack them.
Yeah, imagine if we could, like one day, you know how they have like the State of the Union or like the Super Bowl? If we had the people's attention, like the Super Bowl, and we could disseminate knowledge, you know, just for the time of the Super Bowl, 3 hours. Like, let's say we're doing a live stream. We do flat smacking. We do Federal Reserve smacking. We do all that shit just in like a 3 hour. You know, we have all our shit like lined up, drop all the pedal gate, all that stuff, Pizzagate, and let everybody know who's behind it all. Not indiscriminate, you know, pointed at the Fed, pointed at them.
Yeah.
And the Catholic Church. They're behind a lot of this crap too. The Vatican. And the Queen.
They're all complicit, man. The media too. Just as bad.
The media. Man. That's their mouthpiece. And it's like, boo-hoo, 1,000 media people got laid off. It's like, learn how to code. You know, that they said that to the people who lost their jobs, the coal miners, the auto workers. They're like, oh, learn how to code. You know, like they're being like, like these, you know, showing no empathy for these people that they don't know how they're going to pay their bills. Guess what? Your company's shut down. Oh, shit. You know, that's like a devastating blow. Oh, learn how to code. Just can't do that. A lot of people, they might not have the skills or the ability, but they want to work. You know, they could work in a coal mine or they could operate machinery, but they don't know how to operate a computer. You know, let's say, you know, they're a certain age and not everybody's qualified for every job. That's why we need different people with different skill sets. And we have to have opportunity for all of them, you know, where people are not, you know, so people could actually support themselves. And there's enough people, but like, there's no jobs for these people. There's only so much manufacturing jobs to go around, like automobile manufacturing and stuff. You know what I mean? Because a lot of it's been automated. And when you send all that shit to China, and all the, you know, electronic equipment like computers and televisions and what, I hate televisions, but regardless, people still buy them. It'd be great if we didn't have that too. You know what I mean? Like, television is like one of the biggest propaganda weapons, and a lot of people don't even realize it. They're constantly being hit with propaganda.
It's always on. Like my family, like my parents and stuff, like it's always on in the background. Most people I know, it's like it's just always on in the background.
I used to be like that. Yeah. I used to be like that. I needed something to break the silence, but not anymore.
Yeah, now I just listen to music or I have YouTube going, which is kind of the same thing. But the way that the YouTube videos are produced, it's not like these like professional TV shows where everything's like, you know, they master it and everything's loud. It's all like rah, 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 and then the commercials are like rah, rah, rah. You know what I mean? It's like a nonstop volume.
Oh, I hate the commercials, dude. They're so loud. And yeah, say you're in the commercial, that's your bathroom break. It's like, okay, I watch this up. Let's go. Commercial's on. And I think they crank it up so you could hear it in the next room. You know what I mean?
They definitely do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I can hear it from the bathroom.
Yeah, they try to also. Yeah, I guess that's a good Yeah, that's a good point because people go to like the kitchen, they go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and then they want you go get a drink, whatever, and they crank it up.
Yeah, and that's something I think they even tried to outlaw, but there's kind of ways around it because if you use like compression limiting, like those kind of hardware or like plugins, you can get this shit to sound loud as hell, even like at a low, at the same volume because you're like squashing it. That's how they do it.
So does everyone's microphone levels go through OBS and then onto YouTube? Because when I'm on Discord, everybody's volume is at a different level. Like when you come in,
right,
Midi's mic might be loud, Helio's is soft, like everyone, and then someone new pops in and their mic is like blowing me out. That's why I had to take out the earphones. I had the earbuds and it was like blowing me out. Like someone comes in and boom, it was really loud. I had no time to adjust. It was just blowing out my eardrum.
Hey, Rons, am I blowing out your eardrums right now?
No, I have yours adjusted. Yours is usually...
He's blowing my eardrums out.
Yeah, that was
your shit was loud.
I've already had Jose's adjusted, because I'm always... And I have Helio's adjusted. But whoever, what's his name? Sheeple had the loudest. He would come on. He's like, I had him all the way low. Like the volume was all the way low and it was still too loud. It was like, it's not only loud, it was like harsh, dude. It's like.
Yeah, his headset was broken. I spotted that from the first time I heard him. It's broken.
Yeah, then it just got more broken as time progressed.
And he was screaming.
Well, he has like the monotone blah 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 blah.
He has one voice setting loud. It's like all the way up or nothing. It's like, hey, can you whisper that?
You guys ready for me to sing a song?
I like that, dude.
Yeah.
See if you recognize this one.
Oh, I know that too. Take time for the wounded hand to heal. Yeah,
no, it's not. That song. That's not it.
It's not. It sounds just like it.
We chase missprouted lies. We face the path of time, and yet I fight this battle all alone. No one to cry to, no place to call home. Gift of self is raped. My privacy is raped, and yet I find repeating in my head, if I can't be my own, I'd feel better dead.
That was fucking awesome, bro.
Hell yeah.
Thanks,
man. Hell yeah.
Sing along with that one.
Thanks, guys.
I'm so glad it's on that live stream so I can go back and listen to that. I could just cue it.
Yeah, I wish I could play and sing better. I like Liz rhythm, but I just don't practice enough. Your eyes tell me the story from beginning to the end. How I love those eyes when they tell me. I want to tell you, oh my friend, the stranger he comes calling. I got that one recorded. It gets crazy. I played it on here before, actually.
I'm gonna make a song for you, Helio.
Do it.
I could rhyme the Helio. I'll do it, but it'll be just the lyrics part.
I think he was just singing a song, singing that one for him. Tell him where you got that song.
Which one?
The one you were just singing.
The one I was just singing?
Yeah.
I wrote that one. That one? I wrote that.
Yeah, I like that. It sounds gospel-y inspired.
Yeah, I didn't write the lyrics on that song, but I wrote the music.
It's like a ballad.
The eyes, they are revealing. They tell of thoughts within. I played that one on here before on the stream.
Hey, they're requesting Sublime.
Sublime.
I would agree, bro. You could probably do some.
I don't know. I don't know if I could, man.
You come close.
What's one of the songs that I probably would know?
Santeria.
Keep it clean.
Don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. If I had $1 million, well, I'd spend it all. I don't remember the words.
That's actually pretty good.
Pretty good.
Not in
I'm
your,
a badass,
in
man. I'm
voice.
just trying to, I'm just playing.
Of course you are.
But
you know what?
But as far as
the
like
metal
singing and playing at the same time, I can, it's like guitar. Like those guys, like bang, like Issa, he does got that freaking reggae shit. I can't do that, man. I don't have the rhythm for that shit.
You know he's in the chat, right?
Is he?
Shout out.
Hey, shout out to Easton
yeah,
Husky, man. That dude he's badass.
Yeah, man. I'm sure he would love to come by sometime and jam out, man.
Yeah, he's on Discord, man. I need to send him a link.
Yeah, if you could find him, that would be great. I don't know if he's still listening, but he was in the chat.
Oh shit, man. Well, next time you see him, if you see him in the chat, man, give him the link here.
Yeah, I got distracted because you were jamming,
That's
and I was
cool.
getting into it.
another song. There's like a few songs that I like do all the time, but
I like AC/DC. Anything from AC/DC is good.
Shit, I can't remember.
Is that acoustic or is it just tuned different?
No, it's acoustic.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like that acoustic.
Wait.
Who's that?
Ba-dum, ba, ba-da, ba.
Do I have to whip out my guitar right now? Come on.
Let's hear it, dude.
All right.
He got me playing guitar over here. I'm just like sitting drumming because he be playing.
All right.
Dude, if I try to sing that, man, I'd blow everybody's ears out with this microphone, man. I have to be halfway across the room to sing that.
I want to hear MIDI. I never heard him on the guitar.
I haven't either.
All right, let me.
He sent me a video with him playing drums, but I haven't heard him on guitar.
Oh, my shit's a little out of tune right now.
I know, I had to tune mine before.
Yeah, give me a second. Let me tune up.
Oh, what you got to do is bump the acoustic. Strum it too hard.
Dude, I like that song. Was that Helio or MIDI?
That's Helio.
Dude, I like that. Was that like I never heard that
That's
before?
just
Was that your own
some
thing?
shit up? Yeah,
I like how that sounded, dude.
I'm showing my daughter, and she beats the hell out of my string.
What happened to your mic? Is that me? Oh, I think maybe it's me. Oh, there, yeah, my headphone came out a little bit. I was like, shit's getting distorted.
That sounded like a good fishing song, dude. Like talking about fishing, like a country.
Yo.
That's campfire music.
That's almost like, bro.
Playing that acoustic. Start a fire and get a this.
Yo.
Tell a tale about war times. Then we didn't miss.
Come on, everybody.
Yo. Wait,
dude, I love
Helio.
that.
I don't like country. You gotta go to jail. You gotta lose your wife and your dog and your truck. You end up waiting on parole, and then the song's over.
Yo, wait, that sounds like the song I did with Wes, man. Did you hear that? Did you hear that shit? By any chance?
Which one? Oh,
the one I did with Wes.
The one you sent me?
Yeah, man, that has a...
Oh, is that similar to that one? It's been a while since I listened to it. The one for Hori Sheet Show?
It's very similar. Yeah. Can we play that? Hold on. Let me get that on real quick. Because I want you to hear how similar it is. It's actually...
I should be able to pull it up. Well, you guys wouldn't be able to hear it if I played it here, though.
Yeah, let me play it. I could do... If you guys heard it through my speakers, right?
Actually, I could pull it up on my laptop because...
Yeah, I have it. Let's see who can find it first.
Dude, you got to make a song with that. That is a beautiful melody.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I was tuning my guitar and he started playing that, and I was like, "Yo, I already
play it together, dude. Play it with two guitars."
Well, I was actually I wanted to collaborate with him. It was going to be for Hori Sheet. Let me see if I can find it.
I'll beat you to it.
Oh, you got it?
No, I don't have it yet. But
Okay, hold on. I should be able to. Oh, I found it. There it is. Boom. So I'll just play. Should I play the instrumental or the? I'll play the one with lyrics. Fuck it. Check it out. Hori in the morning. Hoary in the morning. Me so horny in the morning. I know. Hoary in the morning. Flat smack in the morning. Flat smack in the evening. Hoary in the morning. Flat smackers live.
Yeah.
Hoary in the morning. All right, I'll do a little piano in there. Hoary in the morning. Do some backups.
You know what's
so horny in the morning. Hoary in the morning. Hoary in the morning. Flat smack in the morning. Flat smack in the evening. Hoary in the morning. Flat smackers live. Yeah. That's all I got.
You know, it's funny. You wrote me the lyrics. You sent me the thing. You wrote me the lyrics in there, and then you said, "Those are the lyrics. I know the horny part is silly, but fuck it." But but if you just put the "but fuck it" together, no. Anyway, that was just funny. I was laughing about that
because I said "but fuck it."
Yeah.
No, but
yeah, that's what I was laughing about.
Because it goes.
No, that'd be really cool. I think Horry would really enjoy that. He'd
Yeah,
definitely play that, man.
Yeah, hoary in the morning. Then it goes me so hoary, me so horny in the morning.
And he's got the Asian theme, you know.
Right, and then to pull it all together, it should be me so hoary in the morning. You know, like it goes back to the me so leads it. It all makes sense in my head. I promise.
Dude, we should do it, but like your vocals and my vocals.
Yeah,
like, so it'd be like doubled up, and just like it's just a little freaking laid back kind of tune, just like.
I'm not a singer, but if you think it sounds okay, I trust you.
I mean, but you're hitting the right note. But I could come up with with like a little harmony part.
It's hard to distinguish between each word. Like
in the morning.
It's.
I'm not a singer, you know. I'm a musician, but
it works.
Yeah, sounds cool.
It works. Your voice works at that level. You know what I mean?
Right,
when you're
right.
Helio's at that high level, but like yours is like that with that melody. It worked perfect. It's like
Well, you're hitting the right notes. I mean, you get that's a lot more than a lot of people
probably
hit
them better.
Yeah, like you can re-record. We can re-record it, you know.
Yeah.
Or you get like more serious about it instead of just doing that just to give us an example.
You had that Jack Johnson vibe. How he's got that like that soft monotone, like that.
Yeah, I could probably do that. I mean, I want to learn how to sing more, like through the
U's and E.
like.
Are you hip?
Yeah.
I like to do a lot of blues songs.
Get it tuned up?
Yeah, I'm flat. I'm flat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually an E flat.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were.
Yeah. I tune everything a half step lower than 440.
Yeah. I don't know what to play. I can't think. What was I gonna play? Oh man.
You guys should look into start tuning to 432.
Yeah,
I tried it, man, but it's just like
the divine sequence.
Just never like everybody else is 440, so it's just like you're the freak. Now, if I was gonna record an album and we were gonna do the whole thing 432, that'd be a different thing. But like as far as like working with other people, they're not gonna do it, So.
Yeah, for a one-off song, who cares what everyone else does? This is your song. I could never remember.
So that's cool. We are in the same tuning then, so you could play.
Yeah, I can't even. Man, I haven't been playing, so I'm just like.
Play that again. Try to play that. Maybe play that segment, that melody.
I forgot the chords. Wait, that was the first chord. Then it goes. Oh wait, then it goes. That's all I got right now, man. I gotta practice before I could be like performing for you guys.
Dude, we're not a paid audience.
I know. No, that was good though. The E flat, man. I love it. Cyclone is killing it. Shout out to Cyclone.
The Goonies. We're gonna be flat if I'm missing this note.
Oh yeah, E flat, Earth flat, perfect, man. That's deep. That is deep.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what? I was supposed to be looking for a song, and I never found one.
Yeah, I'm gonna like have to practice a song. Like I can't even think of like a good song that I could play right now. So I'm gonna have to practice a little bit, and then I'll
Can you
play
play that melody? That opening bit for the Hoary Sheet song?
Oh yeah. Let me see.
I thought Wes played guitar on that, or was that you?
No, that was actually his riff, and I played it. He went. Wait, was it in? Oh no, E. I think he did an E. Man. Oh, he actually does it in A. I think he goes. I don't know what key is in it. Hold on, I gotta check. I gotta listen to it so I can see. Oh, he's doing it in whatever that key is.
Oh, well, he's in a different tuning. Yeah.
And then he goes in. Yeah, he's in A. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I gotta work that out. But yeah, he basically came up with that. Wes is really good with like the blues, jazz kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's a talented musician.
Yeah,
man.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
I used to go watch him on YouNow. He used to go on YouNow and like just play music for some of the young kids and stuff on there. And he'd like find people to like play music for it. He'd be out there talking to them, like be split screen. He'd be like, "Yeah, look at me, play guitar and sing it." Smoking cigarettes and fucking playing music for.
Yeah, I think his riffs are reminiscent of jazz and blues.
Yeah,
I like the way Wes does
He's
it.
a good guitar player, man.
Yeah.
And he's got a badass
I try to
acoustic.
teach my kids some blues songs like "The Sky is Falling," or "The Sky is Crying." She's watching these videos though on how to pluck it. She wants to learn all that shit first.
Finger picking is difficult.
I should beat the hell out of my guitar. I gotta keep changing the strings.
Yeah, teach her this one. Wait, I forgot it.
I know that song. It's on the back of my head.
Breaking the globe, breaking the globe, breaking the globe,
breaking the law, breaking the law. Yeah.
You know what? I always use the thin pick on my electric guitar. I didn't like the heavy pick.
Can you rank
that? Pick a medium or a thin.
I always use a bass pick when I play my electric. I don't know why. I don't like the give.
I like it like that because I kind of roll it. I slide it like that. Like you're
I tend to just like turn my wrist with it instead.
Pretty much medium.
You know how he was like dragging the strings like that? You hear that almost like a dragging it across the strings a little bit. That one Helio was doing had like a little bit of a drag to it.
Yeah, that's like the fret noise, like the
pick dragging across the windings on the strings.
Oh, right, yeah. Because you know what? Because when you record an electric, you usually don't hear that, but you're hearing his microphone. His microphone's really sensitive, so it's picking that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of the style. You're picking it, you're swinging it. You're not straight up and down. You're swinging, kind of like dragging it across the string slightly.
Is that me that was doing that? I don't have anything good to play.
That one melody was good. That segment is really good.
Yeah,
I
I
like
was just making that up.
Holy shit.
If I go to drop D, you'd probably play some.
That's like a good little 40-second.
Yeah, right.
30 or 45-second ending.
I got a good one for you. Wait. And then it goes into some other shit. That's all I got for now.
Can you play the long-haired country boy song?
Whoa.
Long-haired country boy.
Long-haired country boy alone.
I got a bunch of riffs though. Like I got a bunch of my old riffs. That's pretty much all I can remember right now. Wait, it's coming back to me. Wait, shit. Rusty.
It sounds like Maiden.
I like it, man.
I love it.
I'm just hearing it on my gifts, and I was like, dun, dun, dun,
it's made for the electric.
Hey, Helio, can you play Country Boy Can't Survive?
No.
Can't play that.
How's it go? I don't really.
I just posted the video. It's simple, dude. It's a simple intro. It's nothing.
Yeah, I could probably play it if I pulled it up. I mean, do you want me to? I don't want to do that.
I just put it in there. It's like.
It's like four-wheel drive.
I mean, I could play the chords, but I don't know like the licks.
Never mind.
I was gonna do.
We got it.
Or is that too mellow?
I was about to bust into the trumpet.
That was Pink Floyd. Iron Maiden. Yeah. Mike's a music connoisseur.
I forgot it.
You take my life, but I'll take yours too. You thought I might be about to run you through. And while you wait for the next one, son, you better stand there and put me back.
Wasted years. Yeah. This guy here I posted the video for. He does a bunch of instructional videos on acoustic. That's where I learned to play Wasted Years.
Oh, Wasted Years. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna
It's
butcher
a tough one, dude.
Wait. Something like that on that line.
starts out with a chorus and then cuts to that. But yeah.
See, Mitty can play the guitar better than me, man. I don't even know what the hell.
Nah,
You ain't even trying, man.
Yeah, right.
Man, he's smoking me, man. I don't even know where to go with that.
I haven't quite got that one down yet.
I'd say I have a song I'd like to share, but I don't know if you guys want to hear it.
Is it a fag song?
Well, I mean, I can.
You're not going to rickroll us, are you?
No.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Never gonna run around and
desert you.
Dude, my cousin was playing that. He was showing me how loud he had a speaker.
By the platter.
He had a speaker for his cell phone. And he actually played that song. I'm like, oh. I thought it was a joke.
Cell phone. That motherfucker got a land transmitter system. Our cell phones were like a base station that you carried with you.
What the hell?
Anyway.
What the hell going? Damn it, Bobby.
I think we got off topic.
Hey, that was good.
Like we got 15 viewers now. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
We lost 20 viewers.
No, I'm supposed to be. We were supposed to shut down by midnight anyway. So let's roll with it. We'll go to 12:30. We'll go another 20 minutes.
Yeah, but thanks for coming, everyone. We had a good time.
Yeah, and if anybody that's still listening, if you're not subscribed or you're not in 24/7 Flat Earth Discord, definitely join there. Just everything you need to know is in the description of the video.
I thought we purged them, Helio. I thought we purged the trolls. We got 12 downvotes. Obviously, he can still vote.
The down and up votes. They as far as it's just as far as YouTube's concerned, it's an interaction. So
no, I get it.
Hey,
yeah.
look
if you make the live stream, the trolls will come.
Yo, add up the likes and dislikes, and it's 21 plus 12. What does that equal?
It's the reversal. 21.
Hey, and do us a favor after the live stream's over tomorrow. Go make a comment on the video if you liked it. Come back. You don't even have to watch the whole video again or whatever, but go and make a comment. That'll help too. So. Oh, is Hank Hill in the chat? Oh, that was a great Hank Hill. No, I was just like, there's a guy, Hank Hill, that used to come on and debate all the time. He's really cool.
The cartoon. That was you.
Damn it.
You know Hank Hill? Hey, Bobby.
Damn it, Ron.
Propane.
You gonna come over here and get your propane access? No, see, I can only say damn it, Bobby, to make it really.
This propane coupon is as good as cash.
Clean burning.
I could probably do a better. What's the conspiracy guy's name?
Alex Jones.
No, the guy on the show, Daryl, or is it?
Not Boomhauer, but the other guy.
Boom. Let me hear Boomhauer. Mike sounds like Boomhauer.
Dango.
Dale.
Dango. He always said Dango.
Yeah.
Dang old YouTube trolls, by God, I'll tell you.
YouTube trolls, I'll tell you what, they don't relent, man. Them dang old some bitches.
By God.
That sounds just like him, Helio. You got the little bit of the southern twang, and it worked.
Well, You
watch it.
Anyway, hey, what's up, Flat Earth Data? Shout out to Flat Earth Data.
Shout out to Shoney. Thanks for coming.
I think
JJ.
Shoney, what? What the hell is somebody like burping and hiccuping in the mic? Who's that?
I think Dale's the conspiracy guy, though. Dale.
No. Who's the other guy with the glasses?
Dale Gribble.
Dale Dribble. Yeah, he was the conspiracy guy, and his wife was cheating. The wife was cheating on him with the Indian dude.
Yep. John Redcorn.
Anyway, so
you know what?
What's up next?
A lot of truth is in these cartoons, like adult cartoons, like The Simpsons. Even I don't know so much King of the Hill, but Remember The Simpsons where the baseball broke the firmament, Bart Simpson, the 9/11, the Donald Trump coming down
Watch
the
that one
escalator.
you're talking about truth in there. That's 25 times Dale Gribble was woke as fuck.
Dale spoke the truth.
Yep.
Truther.
Truth.
That's the original Texas truther, by God. I'll tell you what, dang old by God, he was always right.
They even put it in like kids shows like fucking SpongeBob, fucking Sandy's Dome. Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
He launches a rocket to get back up to the fucking
Yeah, she's a fucking astronaut under a dome.
out of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? They ODD had that video about 9/11. They had one from the Cookie Monster eating the towers. There was the one from Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, you ever watch that movie Annihilation?
I don't watch any movies from Hollywood. I boycott Hollywood.
It's about some kind of entity.
Hey, it's
that
okay if
comes
you
here
steal them off the internet. Then you're not
and
supporting them.
mirrors us.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's almost like a reference to the dark mirror. The Black Mirrors.
Yep. I guess you're right. I mean, there's a lot of them I didn't see. I'm like, screw them. But I probably should because there's a lot of hidden, like, predictive programming and stuff.
In a lot of movies, like The Gunslinger, they chop Stephen King's book up to make it promote their agenda. It doesn't reflect the book series. I guarantee that.
Yeah, I think everything they do in movies, propaganda for some objective, whatever their objective is, they're going to use it. It's subtle brainwashing.
Yeah, that's The Dark Tower. You know what I'm talking about? The Gunslinger, The Dark Tower. That was
not so much, but
it's a movie now, The Dark Tower, but it's a book series. Yeah,
you know, I canceled Netflix and I was watching. I bought Bugs Bunny, like a box set, and Batman from like the old Batman, from the '60s, because I thought, okay, this is something that it's not going to have any dirty content. Because I got rid of Netflix, and I think there's like 25. There's like 25 DVDs of each one, and I got, because when my nephew stays over here, sometimes I watch him. Like my brother, he went to a wedding, and I had to watch my nephew, and I put that on so he can go to sleep. Like at night, I'll watch that.
Pow,
he doesn't watch any TV. But in the Bugs Bunny, I noticed this is back from probably, I don't know, 30s, 40s, whatever. He was cross-dressing. One of the hotels was 666.
I think it was the 30s.
It could have been. Well, they go all the way back to, like, they had some with Hitler. It was like going way back, dude. Like war propaganda.
That's probably like 50s. I think it's probably 50s and stuff.
No, these were from the 30s or from the 40s, from when the war was on. One of them was dressed like Hitler. He had a mustache. It was a cartoon Hitler on Bugs Bunny, and he was like, it was propaganda, like war propaganda.
Had a couple of racist episodes, like there was one where like Bugs Bunny was in some like tribe, and they were like burning black people. It was like I'm serious, man. It got banned. There's banned.
Which one was it? Bugs Bunny?
I think it was Bugs Bunny. There are banned Bugs Bunny cartoons from like I don't even know how long. Like probably like the 30s to 40s.
In the 20s and 30s, yeah.
Dude.
The content in this video is from a different era. Some of it may not be, you know what I mean? Like you may find it objectionable, but it was representative of the era.
Exactly.
There's a disclaimer.
Yeah, you're right.
And it did have like the big lips, like a gorilla looking face.
Black face. The black face.
The black face,
yeah.
Straight black. Yeah, the cartoon was pitch black. Yeah. Car Baby. Yeah, pitch black with the eyes, like the white eye. Yeah, it was like
well, they call it blackface. Yeah.
Openly bigoted in the cartoons, yeah.
Well, it's like, I mean, they used to put, if they were depicting black people in the movie, they wouldn't hire black people to work in the movie. They'd just paint somebody blackface, and that's why they call it blackface.
A white man with black makeup, right?
Yeah.
They're like, we're not going to give him any money. we'll imitate a
Unless
black
it was
person.
Shirley
Right.
Temple and Sambo.
Right, exactly. Well, I mean, that was, I mean, it took a while before they'd actually, let them do that. But anyway, that's part of it. So yeah, that's crazy, man.
Nowadays,
You kinda
everything's
see-
out of touch, dude.
Well, you know,
Like-
you know that Walt Disney is Adolf Hitler, right? I'm just, playing.
Yeah.
I'm just, I don't know. I mean, I can't confirm that or anything, but it's one of the conspiracy theories out there. So-
You know what was funny though? Like Walt, it's not funny, but Walt Disney, Werner von Braun, Jack Parsons, and Aleister Crowley, they were all in the OTO. They were in that satanic club, and it still runs Hollywood. That the OTO. A lot of people are witches, and they're part of that satanic group. That it was affiliated with like the Pizzagate stuff. I think like Hillary Clinton, she's the high-ranking witch, allegedly. Really crazy shit, man.
It is crazy shit.
It's a big club, and I don't want to be in it.
No, I don't either. But hey, we should start wrapping this up.
Yeah.
There's how many people are still in here?
We still got
Okay.
a few people.
Uh,
16.
Michael, well, what I want to say, I mean, this is my inspiration comes from the people that I've met in 24/7 Discord. I mean, a lot of the people that have been talking tonight are moderators over there, and hate us or love us, it doesn't matter. Really, you already know us. If you've been banned over there, then there's a reason why. But you can contact us, and we give second chances all the time. But this started with me doing the 24/7 live streams on my other channel, the 24/7 Flat Earth Discord Live, which is there's almost 400 subscribers on that channel. I hardly stream from there anymore, but often there's a lot of activity is slowed down over there on the server, but that's not always going to be the case. Anytime that I see it's going, it's like busy, and I think it's going to go for a while, I'll go ahead and stream. Like after some of these shows, if I would encourage everyone to move over to that server, and if there's some action going on there, I could either stream from here or from the other YouTube channel. But if you're not involved in the 24/7 Flat Earth Discord, I encourage you to go ahead, and the links are in the description. You can jump in there and join there. And if you want to join this server, if you join this server where we're broadcasting from, it's not a place where it's not for debates or anything like that. Mitty's playing like the background,
Do a little background
the ending music. Yeah, this is not a server for debates. This is specifically for this show, and it's a themed show, but it's also it's a kind of a private party, but it's a private party with 100 people, and it could be 200 people, but as long as as long as people know how to have a conversation, then they're welcome here. So there's that, and you have to private message one of us to get the link for that. So. But,
but you guys can come to the Discord, 24/7 Flat Earth. I left a link in the on YouTube here, and then pretty much once you're there,
hey, Mitty, your guitar's louder than our vocals.
Oh,
than
I'm
our
sorry.
voice.
yeah, if you guys are,
my bad.
if you're cool, well, you can come on the show and speak live. Most of you guys are. I think most of the people here we're all friends with. So
yeah, I mean, I wish that like I always like the idea was like to do the show like this, like 2 or 3 hours, and then get everybody to go over to the Discord, and then I'll do another show. I'll just start a live stream from there, and I won't necessarily talk because we've had a lot of good debates and a lot of fun over there. So that was the idea, but it's like every time we stop. I mean, I just looked in there a little while ago, and there's nobody in there, so it's just like
this kind of humanizes us too. It shows us in a human light, normal people hanging out.
it's fun because we can interact with them. It's sometimes you forget, like there's a disconnect between Discord and YouTube if you don't check the chat, and that the people on YouTube don't feel connected with what's going on, because it would happen with True Lies. They had a Discord that they streamed from, and the guys on Discord would never check the chat. People would ask questions and stuff, and they were ignoring the chat on YouTube, and people were getting mad. It's like, well, they're two different platforms. They can't necessarily see you at the same time. But I appreciate everybody stopping by.
Most definitely. You guys are, I don't know. It's just been really fun. This is something I've had in my mind for a long time, and I've been looking for a partner like Ron to, like, we can bounce ideas off each other and then, you know, bring in some type of format, which, you know, it's a format, but there's really no format. It's what's been happening. You know, we met some really cool people. We have good conversations, and we'll. I was hoping that it would lead up to bringing more people to the Discord, to the other Discord server, so like we could end the show here and just start another one over there. But,
what if I identify as a wolf?
I identify you as a Wolverine or a Tasmanian devil.
Or a dragon.
You're pretty close to Tasmania, so I'm just calling you a Tasmanian devil.
I'd just like to slide this in. I enjoy your guys' show. I love listening to you whenever you guys are.
I appreciate that,
Yeah,
man.
thanks, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's a work in progress. I mean, it's kind of probably progressed a little bit since the first show. Like the first show, I remember going, I don't know what this is going to be, but we're going to try this. And I was telling Ron, I guess it's like we're just gonna have to keep going until we figure it out. You know,
if you got, it's like a stream of consciousness. With it does switch topics a lot, but sometimes those are the best shows, and sometimes it's a miss. You know, it's like, damn, I'm not feeling it today, and maybe someone else could carry the ball. I don't know, but we do.
Well, and I appreciate that's why, like, no, I appreciate that there are other people that want to come in here and
kick the ball around a little bit.
Yeah, man, it's fucking awesome, man. I appreciate
No
everyone.
pun intended. Pun intended.
Keep going.
Yeah,
Keep going.
you guys improve every. I'm sorry, I'm talking over this guy. I didn't mean to. I can't hear you, but I'm going to shut up so you can talk.
Oh, sorry, guys.
That was like his
I think
TV.
no. Now shut up, Bong, because I think McBrazel was about to give us a compliment.
No, you guys are always improving. And when you guys started out, obviously you weren't hosts, but now you're hosts, and you're getting like used to it and used to your groove, and like you could tell, and you know the flow is good. And you were talking about topics switching back and forth. You know, not a lot of people want to sit there and listen to the same topic for 2 hours. Having different topics keeps people interested, and you know, because everybody in this world is ADD now. So,
Yeah, mine is bad. I got 3 thoughts in my head, like at all times, so I could switch between tracks. It's like, oh, hey, switch over here, and I could do it pretty seamlessly because I do it all the time. It's just how I work, you know. It's how my head works sometimes. And I make connections a lot of people wouldn't make. You know what I mean? They wouldn't necessarily connect this dot with this, and that's how I figure stuff out. That a lot of people don't make the connections. Like, damn, I never thought of that before.
it's because both you and Helio are intelligent, and it shows through in your content.
Oh, thank you.
And
Not
with
that we
that,
did show.
and with that, we do have to end it because I do have to go. I have to start winding down because I have to work in the morning. I didn't get a nap today like I did last night. So, but I want to say, like Paula was in here earlier. If you want to study the Bible or listen to some good Bible teaching, she has great content on her channel. It's called Bible Literalist. Definitely go subscribe to her channel. She when she comes in, she can't stay very long because she just goes to bed earlier than we do. So definitely I like Paula. I'm glad she's a part of the server, and definitely all the other information about me and Ron and Mitty are in the chats. Marlena Effect, she's participated tonight. I mean, definitely. All of us are moderators on the other. Not all of us, but a good portion of us are moderators on the 24/7 Discord. So you can join the Discord over there, and if you have any questions about some of the stuff we've been talking about, if you're not part of Discord, there's an email address for me. You can email me directly. It's right at the top of the description. So I appreciate everyone that is enjoying the stream. I appreciate all the people that participate. I really do. I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you guys.
And what I'm gonna do is play this song. I don't know if you guys have heard it before. It's called Sinfected. I wrote it probably 97 I wrote it. Well, I wrote the lyrics and some of the music. I mean, there's a band I was in. It's called Sinfected. It's a trippy ass song, but people in Discord are going to have to watch the live stream to hear it because I don't have it set up where you guys can listen with me on here. But yeah, we're going to round this out. Thank you guys so much for watching Believe Your Own Eyes. And until next time, which will be Thursday night, same time, same bat channel, 9 p.m. Central. Appreciate everybody.
Stay flat.
Stay flat.
Yep.
By his measured actions, a ditch nigger's cry for mercy. Drowned out by the river of sludge, the beacon, tried and true, failed to exceed satisfaction. Residential hurricane, straight line winds, swaying and praying, but he don't budge. Circumstance mind's sewer. Out from above my chin by way of the tongue. It's by my actions and transgressions that I am considered hollow. But in my mind's eye, everything is clear as day.